Drayden felt his ability to control the connection, thus becoming a Dracolich, which the party proceeded after, having to, and some words were said, they decided to put him down after he also said, please just kill me, pretty much.
We also almost got him, we were so low on health, we put everything we got into him, and his health was so low, and then he used one of his legendary abilities to fully, or was it half or fully heal himself?
Half heal.
Half heal, which, all my spell slots were almost gone. Mock was useless. It was bad.
It was bad.
Oh, and then Mock turned into a dragon and went outside and couldn't attack inside, besides punching a hole through the glass window and then attacking inside. But then all the guardsmen freaked out because there was a dragon outside, so they started attacking him. And then with some words, they realized, oh, that's actually Mock.
There's something going on in there.
And then Noctura and all of her... Who was the other person there?
Cronies.
Cronies. Noctura wasn't there.
No, it wasn't Noctura. It was someone...
It was the one that disintegrated Arceus.
Was it?
Yes.
It
the
was?
same one.
It was the changeling.
It's the changeling.
It's the changeling. And we pretty much...
So, you don't know what race she is. You know
She's a shapeshifter of some sort.
that Noctura is a changeling. You know that.
Okay, then I misunderstood.
Yeah.
What I understood
Noctura
was
the changeling. That's what you read from the book and everything and all that kind of stuff.
What I understood was the one that was changed into Muriel was a changeling because she changed with the armor. Because that wouldn't be polymorph at that point.
No, you can gather the
it's a
same
shapeshifter
kind
or
of, it's a
something.
shapeshifter or something.
I don't know this. I'm dead.
And then...
So am I.
Mock... Keyleth... Pretty much all of us, besides Arceus and Tabby, obviously, because y'all are in the building, and Dread.
He turned me into a zombie.
So, yeah.
So we can't be brought back.
I turned him... Well, with your permission,
Yeah, with my permission.
I animated the dead, because I thought it would be the power of the... Dracolich. But it was this weird amalgamation of Dread and the Dracolich. So it was pretty much just like a more
It was
advanced...
a beefed up zombie.
It was a beefed up zombie, yeah.
A greater zombie.
And
a greater
then
zombie beefed up.
we tried to...
I'm usually quicker zombie.
I tried...
Yeah.
Did I try to persuade or did I try to deceive?
They tried to make a deal with the attacking army 4 more times to try to get out of their deal. They wanted the tier. They weren't going to give up the tier.
The location of the tier.
Now you have the tier.
But wasn't it inside Mock, but she didn't
Yes.
know that? Yeah.
I was just saying that she
That's
wanted
right.
the tier.
Yes, I was trying to deceive her saying that we didn't have it. But she found out.
Yeah, because he wasn't a good liar.
My dice wasn't a good liar.
Yeah, whatever. So then they
And
planned
I
to go
wasn't
ahead and do
attuned
the
yet.
teleportation to get out of there. And in the process, some people were left behind. And they died.
Technically, Drayden was a noble sacrifice, and he went out
pretty
in a...
much gone anyways because you were already consumed by that dark, whatever the hell.
And
Well,
Roderick died.
no, because he already died.
Roderick died.
Yep, Roderick died.
Yes, yes.
Well, you don't know.
We don't know. It was like an off camera.
And
Yeah,
his
off-screen
son.
death.
His son's like my best, Curtis's best friend from that expedition.
Yeah. Which the whole entire...
His son's there too, right?
I tried to...
Curtis is like just racked with guilt.
I tried to cast invisibility on Roderick before we went into the portal so he could at least get an escape, but the dragon just, right when we went through, just the
Nothing
whole
we can
area.
freaking do. It's just death incarnate.
Yeah, pretty much.
Don't worry, you'll see your buddy again.
You got the sense that whatever was chasing you guys from what Drayden was feeling probably was that beast, that dragon of creation.
Yeah. And also, technically, could have kept Drayden around longer. But didn't you decide to say or something like that? Or no, we couldn't fit all of us in the portal.
Yep.
We
So,
could, but we
Where
didn't
did we
know
end up, or do we go?
Well, yeah, we could, but we didn't
So
know we could because when we got there, we were all like, wait a second. We could have
place you were
brought
supposed to go to.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Keyleth was able
I
to
feel
do.
much better here with all these stuck-up snobs. Okay.
So when they were doing the teleportation to reword the things because we miscounted,
Yeah.
technically they could have brought Riven with you guys. Not Riven,
Roger.
It's kind of like where Rick.
We could have brought
Not
Roger.
Riven. Things like
Riven
that.
was the one person that was there, right?
I mean,
No,
the guy.
Roderick. Yeah, so Roderick, you technically had enough people to do that, but I would say because his son was still there,
He
he
wasn't
would
going.
have chose not to go.
I have to.
Quick question: what did happen to Ruben? Is he dead too?
You don't know.
We don't know.
You,
Okay.
you guys you do not know because there was a fight and you guys fled from that fight. So he could be alive, he could be dead.
Is there?
Well,
I was going to say,
well,
was there any like? Was this just unmitigated force that we just? Shit, we gotta get out of here. You know, it's like we
The
had.
outpost was losing.
Also,
Yeah.
yeah, the outpost was losing, and then also the tier inside Mock was whispering to him, saying, "Whatever you do, you need to take me here. You need to take me and get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
You can leave your friends. Just get out of here."
Yeah.
So we came up with a compromise of let's all just get into a portal and try to have Keyleth teleport us to the city. Or as
He
close
did
as
say if you could save your friends, save them as well. But if he needs to, just get out.
Like,
Just cut it.
We're gonna cut our losses. Get the hell out.
My understanding is at this time you would also use almost all your spell slots.
that too. Also, the
Everything
There was
outpost.
a mark.
The outpost was like 11
did Curtis
months
actually
out.
do something? Did he actually help in the city?
Yeah, you were building up defenses.
You were building up defenses. Also, you were wasn't Curtis helping me hold?
Yes.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
holding him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Except
No,
for
you were helpful.
legendary
Cool.
resistance to
That's,
going on.
that's where we left off. Is where I was holding
Yeah.
him. Like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
But you couldn't
Yeah.
fly.
So literally the one person that was pretty much useless was Mock. The dragon.
He was good at getting the tier, so
Well, until he turned into a dragon and left the building.
I'm out.
Pizza's on the way.
Nice.
Yeah, as soon as he left the building, that's when he
Are you gonna say Peter?
just got
Parker's line?
unloaded by a whole bunch of riflemen
Yeah.
because of now the guards with
Pizza
what you did with
Hey, dude, if you need me to contribute, I'll do something with him. I don't know.
Okay.
I say we can all just be Mock if you want to,
So
and Conlon.
So I should take care of all my spell slots are gone. So there we go.
Yeah.
for the
Didn't we long
simplicity of
Yeah.
things, we'll just say right now all your spell slots are gone.
Okay.
Because you guys got to the place, you've gone in, and you've gotten to the
There was
We had done everything in our
Yeah, because we ended the campaign
Yeah.
with like turning around.
around and see three
so
individuals.
so Keyleth got us out in a sense.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go over. I'm just gonna be like,
also, the Dracolich was immune or resist to necrotic, cold, and
well, that's to be
bludgeoning.
expected. So
So, when I was looking through your spells, I was like, that's bludgeoning, he's resistant. That's cold, he's immune. That's necrotic, he's immune.
sorry,
Didn't you have
dude.
to use his? Didn't you have to use his staff to just bonk him?
I just started bonking.
So I was useless. Damn it.
No, you use all your spells.
You had a lot of
Yeah,
utility.
you had a lot of utilities.
That was the
But
thing.
that helps.
That's how
save,
you build your character.
Yeah.
But that helps save the day, right?
Yes,
it's
it
like,
did.
To our knowledge.
It was the one splinter from your staff that helped us. Really.
But anyways,
Okay.
so let's now go continue from where we last left off. You guys were
What's
in
his
a
guilt?
church.
It's getting better.
Yeah, so you were in a church, and this church is a temple to the lawbearer. And you were talking to a monk-like individual that is extremely old, gray kind of hair, named
Malefice.
Malefice. That was his name.
That was my
As he was talking, you guys were talking back and forth with about the tier and what to do with it. That's when 3 individuals came into the door, and I will say, Canyon, describe your character as what they see.
What you'll see is as the light starts to hit my face, chest, and armor, you will see a bugbear with you can tell that it is a piece of a church bell as a hat and fused into chainmail. He's carrying a warhammer, and he's shortly followed behind, he seems to be an older bugbear. He's shortly followed behind by 2 other people. He does have a
You were
shield.
wearing a gigantic church bell
No,
or
not
something.
a chunk of it.
A chunk of it.
Yeah, so it seems like this is an exploded church bell. You can tell that it's the same material that is fused into my armor.
Wow.
And you'll see in that armor that there is a crest of a shield with what appears to be a goddess, and it is splintered into 4 segments.
Okay. What kind of guy do I recognize the goddess?
Roll religion.
Roll history or religion.
Like,
As a wizard, I feel like he would because
Yeah.
Honestly, it's common knowledge you would know that it is the lawbearer.
Oh, the
Right.
lover. Okay.
lawbearer.
It was the one that
Oh.
ours is the same one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
can't remember her name at the
We're
moment.
in the lawbearer church.
you want me to tell you? Visra,
Yeah, Visra. But church-
goddess of magic.
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah,
So it's
you
not
would know.
technically the lawbearer. It's
Yeah.
Visra.
This is Visra, a different goddess.
Visra is a different goddess. You would know Visra very well because she is
Because,
the
yeah,
goddess of magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magic and balance. She's the one that gives the gods the ability to interact with the real world via magic.
Yeah.
Was your character inspired by Torbeck?
No.
Okay.
Torbeck's a blood hunter.
What got me confused for a moment
yeah,
is
but
you
I
are
just-
not,
just
like,
wait,
Just wait.
I mean, being the bugbear and all that. I mean, like,
So, what got me a little confused is you were currently in the church of the lawbearer.
Gotcha.
But as you look behind you, then see
You'll notice a Elven Eladrin in spring form, even though it's pretty cold outside, which kind of sets you off kilter with it. And on top of his head has actual flowers, but they seem to be sickly. And he has red and light blue eyes.
I can't go
Get out of the
anywhere.
way!
like I thought I was gonna go grab it.
I can't go.
And he seems to be walking with a cane, but not actually using it as an old person would. And as he steps through shadows, he seems to disappear and reappear as light hits him. And you will notice on his right arm is what seems to be druid craft of a tree-like arm on the right-hand side. He seems very posh, very put together, seemingly to be making sure that people understand that his appearance is meant to be this way.
I'm like taken back by it, but at the same time, I'm like, Curtis has issues with high elves, but like
He's an
Eladrin,
old-
but Eladrins he's fascinated with. Like,
you said it was an elven what?
So Eladrin. It's a sun race of elf.
Is it with
they're
an
more
A or a V?
they're more fey creatures than anything, I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
But
There is one thing that I did leave out. You'll see that on the inseam of my left chainmail, it is completely missing, and there are what appears to be scars.
okay.
And then just beyond them a little bit, you then see
Currently he's in between height wise, probably. And yeah, because I know he's taller than me.
6'6".
Actually, I'm the shortest of the bunch. I'm 6'5".
so yeah.
I wish
so
shorter.
between them, you
Um,
see
It would be a cloak figure, which he is in robes, all white, and he has a book and a pen in his hand. For some reason, as he's following behind these two, watching them. But you would probably notice he seems to be mainly just keeping an eye on these two.
You're literally writing down, like, okay, you're checking
Observing,
off.
yeah.
Well, I'm
Observing.
saying, like, counting their steps. You just have a bunch of tallies.
What? I'm sorry. What race were you again? I'm just.
Hard to tell right now.
He's cloaked. He's a cloaked figure, so it's hard.
Because right now it is nighttime.
Okay, apparently it's nighttime.
Because the outpost
Yeah.
siege was at night. This is shortly after that. Pretty sure it's
Technically,
still
if we
night.
teleported, couldn't it go through time?
Depends on
Depends
where
on-
the time
And it
zone is
also,
Would it
the
be night?
room itself is well lit.
Okay,
or
then
Andre, whatever.
So what do they see under the hood? And are you trying to hide your appearance?
it just kind of already was drooped over. Just
Yeah, if
'cause-
you're like, if you have to like.
If you're
look
looking
and
down,
stuff.
then they wouldn't know, but
Yeah.
what kind of build do you have? They
Um,
would be able to tell what build because your robes.
with the robes, I look more heavy set. Well, not heavy set, but large, bulky.
Bulky set.
And that might be just the ropes causing that.
So you see those three individuals.
Ooh, you will tell by my hands that my skin is a dark blue.
Frostbite's really getting to you.
Can I do a gust on him to like blow his hood back?
Yeah.
It's not like gonna hurt him.
Yeah, it's just you just all of a sudden as you enter this door, as it opens up, you see it's no verbal or schematic, right?
I'm just no. It's verbal somatic.
Verbal
actually.
somatic.
Instantaneous strength.
Yeah, so
you have to
see
do a
this
strength roll of
little
14.
wizard move his hand briefly and say a word before you feel this gust of wind, and then your hood flies off.
Is he within 30 feet?
What do you say when you cast it?
It's an incantation. It's an incantation of a spell.
Is he within 30 feet?
I would say yes.
So you will hear not quite a good idea.
Because he's already cast
Guys,
it.
And I go
And
like,
you'll notice that
pardon. I mean no offense. I'm tired of people showing up and dying.
so you'll notice that it is a minor illusion, but you don't know who casted it.
You.
You wouldn't know.
You want to know?
Point. Okay. I'm just like.
Yeah, you just hear that.
You just hear. Well, anyone near him. Would also
Anyone,
be-
yeah.
So Luca would have heard it too.
Yeah, I would have just put my hand over
13?
your
Yeah.
You
casting.
fail, so you probably fall backwards.
Well, but I would have put my hand over your
Would I
casting
use-
hands.
Would I
It's
use my-
instant, so technically he cast the spell. This is what initiated, and then
Yeah.
he said the stuff,
Yeah.
and then
Oh.
you tried to reach out to your hand, but it's already been hit.
Oh, so his hood's up.
Yeah, so it hits up, and then he also
moving
fell.
one object that is neither
It's
held nor
I
carried.
don't have to use my dex.
I was okay. He's not.
He was just
So-
pushing the. He's basically just getting
Just
rid
pushing
of
the
the
He's no
yeah.
more than 5 pounds. Can't I just do the
Yeah.
hood?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
the hood. You
Just the hood.
chose to do the hood, yeah.
Oh,
And what do I see?
you will see a dark blue skinned orc that has gray hair. And you'll notice now, definitely, that he also has a lightish gray eyes.
Beard,
No,
facial hair.
no facial hair. But he's got some long gray hair.
I go, apologies. I just tired of people with hoods coming up on me.
In that moment, I'll be like right next to him, right in his face. And
I'll go ahead and.
Him being super quick, it was like you blinked, and then he was right there. He's way faster than he appears.
I still have book and pen in hand. I'm just looking at you.
I'm like, well, just curious. I'll go about my business, sir.
As we catch up to him, I'll go ahead and reach out my hand to Curtis and go, "How do you do? I am
Oh, you
Relcat."
want to shake my hand?
Yes, I'll shake your hand.
Look, we're in person, guys. You can actually do that and talk to one another.
I must say, I enjoy anyone that's willing to give him our time.
What's his name? I should have asked myself.
I don't bother to care.
Alright. Well, gonna bother you?
That's fine.
My name's
What's your
Curtis.
name again? And like you actually see him lean towards him and go, "What's your name again?"
Go on.
I'll psychically connect to you. What's the name again?
Throck.
Brock.
This orc
Curtis.
is Throck.
Alright.
Well, I assumed he said it out loud, but go ahead. Continue with you.
No, I would, because he was connecting telepathically.
When you're talking about like psychically stuff, say beforehand so the rest of the people
Okay.
know that, oh, this is in my head.
Well, he had just said telepathically.
He did.
Well, yeah, he connected. He said the name again, but he also
So he
said
said telepathically?
Telepathically, I said brought to you.
Yeah,
Could I hear? I guess
No,
you'd have to
you'd
be
have to
individual.
choose.
Okay, I'd have to
I'm
know.
a bit socially awkward.
Yeah.
But that's
we
how
don't, we don't talk much.
Gotcha.
So, Throck.
How do you do, Kenku?
It's Luca.
Look at it is.
And your name again was no name?
Relkath.
Was what?
Relkath.
How do you spell that?
Relkath.
And Curtis says to you, like, you're, I'm fascinated by fey creatures such as yourself. Don't
Speak up
see
a little.
I'm fascinated by fey creatures such as yourself. I've never seen somebody like you. That's amazing. How did you? I'm always amazed, like how you're treated by other elves and things like that. Because I myself, being human, if they could have used me to wipe their ass, they would.
Oh, like with most elves, most are stupid.
Unlike me.
How do you do? However, if you want more information, I'm more than willing to make a deal.
Just not, merely just interested.
You'll notice me behind him going. Just wording, don't do it.
Fascinated by some, creatures, fey creatures such as yourself. You want to learn.
And who else is here currently? I see a Warforge and a Dragonborn.
Before that, Luca goes up to the bugbear.
Okay, you will approach me. I'll be up with the monk asking for the tithing.
No, he's over there.
Yeah.
And remember, you're going to be looking
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
And,
Hi.
I'm
and his
asking.
character just walks right past you
Yeah.
guys.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That is Mock, the Dragonborn.
How do you do?
That is Conlin, the Warforged.
Been a long time since I've seen a Warforge. Interesting.
Just tips his hat to you.
What brings you guys here?
We're currently running away.
Running from or running to?
Running from.
Running from. Have you all heard of
There's a woman named Noctura.
Noctura?
And they'll tell how hurt they look.
Passively looking at how hurt are you guys?
I mean,
They're pretty hurt.
My passive is a
well,
19.
shit, because
They look exhausted.
because I'm pretty sure you told us to long rest at the last second of the
Probably
campaign.
did, but
But
I would say
I was pretty hurt.
they look really, really rough.
Yeah,
We've had a rough
like a
time
piece of
trying
my
to
beak
save-
is broken, and
It's bent down now.
yeah, it's bent down.
It's
No,
like Daffy
it's behind
Duck.
my head. My beak is behind my head. Yeah.
And that's primarily why I brushed his.
The only
hood
one
away.
that
I
looks-
didn't know.
Okay, Mock's looking pretty hurt too.
I think Conlin and Curtis are uninjured pretty much.
Yeah,
Right.
Colin and
'Cause
Curtis.
didn't
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
once 'cause I did great with shield. You were like, I can't get hit.
That's why I got it.
Yeah, that's right.
It was great. They couldn't hit you.
We are currently running away from. We are on a crucial mission.
Sounds very vague.
As big as it has to be for newcomers.
Interesting. Keeping it close to chest. I respect that.
What are you three doing here?
We are sent out to look for the pillars to help our god to recollect himself.
From?
Herself.
Recollect herself. Is she in some type of danger?
You see Amelia, who was not introduced.
Oh shit! Yeah. I thought they.
And Keelan.
And Keelan.
Yeah,
Okay, well then here's
NPCs.
Keelan.
I know, but
And then there's
I wasn't introducing
Amelia.
people.
I'll go once Amelia's introduced. I'll have.
Well, currently you would see a very white-haired,
yes.
silver thing.
Okay.
And then a redhead,
Yeah.
which is very regal.
Very regal. He'll kind of walk forward and attempt to give Amelia a hug and go, Serafina, age has not done well for you.
Like Luke is like, what?
As she turns around. Saphira was my mother. Who are you?
You must be Amelia, her daughter. We had some dealings in the past. How's,
Your mother always outsmarted him.
Well, she was very, very
back
smart.
now?
So,
Are you back now?
This is
I'll
actually
just-
one of the few times my character lasts for a moment.
I'm surprised she hasn't found your father yet.
I didn't know she was looking.
Interesting.
She's been missing for quite a while, so.
If I had to guess, it had to be that Zachary fellow. Constantly a pain in the ass.
The first mate?
Yes.
Uh,
How is the old crone doing?
I've yet to find my first mate.
well, he's definitely getting up there in years, but being a astral elf, they live quite a long time, so.
My apologies, I didn't mean to intrude.
No, I think it's completely fine.
And he'll proceed to kind of walk back.
It's and you said your name was
Rug.
Rugpath. It's how did you meet my mother? I know you said you had dealings, but
Was it business or pleasure?
that is an interesting question I was going to ask.
She never quite wanted anything, and that's weird for someone in my line of work. It mainly was her airship.
Yeah, the
she would
Silver
spot.
Song?
Correct. She would be flying over and see combat on the waste and seem to think that we're
So-
evil.
To clarify, it wasn't an airship at the time. It was
Oh.
a ship.
Oh. Okay. Dealing with her during the days when we were moving people from the continent to other continents, I happened to run into her a few times. The shipyards are full of people that would love to make a deal.
Oh, absolutely. Sailors. Sailors definitely tend to like making deals with
That they
things.
do. Things have changed quite a bit since then.
Yep, a lot of sailing is still a thing, but most of the time airships get there quicker,
Quite agree.
which is why I've converted the Silver Song into an airship.
It must be majestic.
Right now it is in maintenance. It was
Was it the-
at Frost Watch Outpost, so I don't know how well it's doing now.
If I had to guess, it was that Zachary fellow, constantly not knowing what he's doing.
He's more skilled than you think.
Luke
than you
just
give
kind of
him
like
credit for.
looks off into the distance.
What I'll say is, if you're looking towards where the monk is, you will see my character dropping his whole pouch of gold into the tithing bucket.
Which I would say, yeah, Malthus, you would know. You put it over to the tithing bowl for
I'm not Malthus. That's the monk.
yeah, that's
That's my other
Leaf,
character.
don't give them all of it. We still need some of it.
They may not follow our god, but those holy deserve it.
it is much appreciated. How much gold did you get?
19.
19? Okay. I appreciate that.
Would you care for something out of my alchemy jug?
What's in
Out of
it?
his what?
It's an alchemy jug.
Yes, what's in it? Like, you guys have been here before. So,
You'll watch my character pull it forward and pop the cap off, and it is just overflowing with mayonnaise.
I think I'll pass.
Can I control? I have a cantrip. I can shape water.
Shape
right?
water.
There's
I'll
water
allow
in
you to
mayonnaise.
control
You
mayonnaise.
control the mayonnaise, sure.
I'm so tempted.
Do it. Just do it.
Just do it. Okay. I've had. Okay. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna do like. It's like, would you like something out of mayonnaise? And like he got a little too excited. and he's. And it's facial.
Oh,
I didn't
couldn't
even have
help
to
it.
do. I didn't even have to do it. I will close my alchemy jug after it explodes in the monk's face.
Wait, as the monk or him?
Who's it?
What?
Why not both?
why not both?
Friendly fire, you know.
Okay.
And we're
For one deal.
yeah.
Facial.
All right.
Oh, yeah, the monk just uses his head and it hits Lon's like,
to this.
you're gonna be cleaning that.
You know, understood. It's never done that before.
Curtis
I'm
is
sorry.
Curtis wanted to be mischievous.
First time.
I think he's losing
I get
his mind.
it. Sometimes that happens.
Ralcath will just start doing prestidigitation.
Most-
Without even
most
speaking. Without even speaking.
Puts a stab in his finger,
He's
though.
just snapping.
Do I notice it?
Yeah, you'll notice it.
And I
yeah.
go like,
And you will notice that he's not using vocal components. He's not talking when doing it.
Prestidigitation is a.
It's a verbal spell.
I know, but what school?
Oh crap! I gotta check. Let me make sure.
I believe
it's not
evocation.
transmutation. I don't think it is.
It's not evocation. I think it's enchantment.
I believe so.
Let me make sure.
Because this will change things.
Yes.
Yes.
It is. Oh no, he would hear it. He would hear it.
He would hear it, so he did speak the words.
Yeah, there is voice and semantic for this one. Yeah.
Yep.
All I did was just go, you know, like, awesome. Couldn't help myself.
Well, did you guys find any more of those monoliths? I don't. You initially called them pillars, but they're one and the same. But yes, did you manage to find any?
Not in this trip, no.
Right, much appreciated. So you've already introduced yourselves. These fellows are also looking with those monoliths, and they have a. Is it alright if I tell them?
If you trust them.
Trust them is a rough word. I won't trust them with my life, but it's not my information to necessarily tell, though.
When you say that, I actually look physically hurt for that. Like,
Right. That was,
literally, I actually flip off Malefice.
so, you guys are patrons of the library?
Malthus, what you wouldn't have told
Probably not.
Malthus.
What?
You wouldn't have told the monk dude yet, because he's the one that kind of gave you the stuff and the job. So would he know?
Yeah, Malthus would know.
Okay.
Oh, that's true. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Yep. It's been a struggle for me. I'll go ahead and just be like, Leaf, we can be trusted, can't we?
Depending on.
You see, like.
Depending on how our goddess feels by the day.
Who's
They-
your goddess? Curtis.
Viscera.
Sarah. We serve Sarah.
The goddess of magic.
When it's
Sorry, we
fitting,
established that.
anyway.
Sorry. I thought it was. Because we're in the. Okay, I'm a little
Yeah.
confused. Lawbearer, we're in the Temple of the Lawbearer, that's considered the same? We're.
No.
No, they're
That's what I
completely two different.
That's what
yeah.
I thought, so, okay. Because I was a little worried that how that would go over giving a facial in the middle of Lawbearer's Temple. I was like,
Right now, right?
Lava.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Well, there's a lot to keep track with this character.
Yes.
It's fun.
So, and above table, real quick, are we doing it per day or per session?
I feel it's going to be up to you and what you would like us to do. We could do per session, or we could go ahead and do every week or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like either per long rest or per 7 long rests would make the most sense.
We'll try per long rest
Understood.
and see where we'll go from there.
Okay.
Can you send me that chart?
Yeah, I'll have to copy it on my computer because copying on my phone is not gonna work.
We understand.
And Rolkath will walk up to you and just go, "What about us can you not trust?"
Simply the fact that I've never met y'all before.
You have now.
I have now, yeah, but
For
I
some
don't
reason.
know any intentions.
For some reason, my mayonnaise jar splattered. It never does that.
That's another reason why I'm iffy about y'all.
I will say that they have been looking for these monoliths, the same ones that you've been talking about. So they are somewhere in the same
Did I-
lane of you guys.
Speaking of the monoliths, did I have the wherewithal of Roderick's? I handed that information. I guess I did. I made a copy. I know I did.
Yeah, you made a copy.
Okay, good.
What were the other items you were looking for again?
So
Yeah.
Skill
We
of
have,
Iyun.
we have the tier.
Yeah,
Yep.
skill of Iyun's the last one,
Last one
and
that you
hasn't
don't
been
know.
claimed yet, as far as we're aware.
because the thing the thing of Tiamat was in possession of
No.
Noctura. Tier you guys got, and then the Skull of Iyun, you know of a place, possible location. You don't know if it's been found or discovered yet, but that was in that same place where Arceus got disintegrated.
Yes.
I thought we said that it wasn't there because that was where the Fang was.
No, the Fang was with Mock's
You're right.
mother.
You're right. It was with Geladon and
Geladon.
yeah, it was
So
at the
where we were, where
cascade.
he got disintegrated originally, and that where I got tortured, whatever.
That's what you can gather from is that's probably where it is. You don't know if it's been found or anything, but there was a lot of people there.
And there's a lot of those monoliths, which goes to all over the place.
So you only know of, well, interesting point. Did Tabby ever? It was Conlon
Conlon.
and Tabby.
Or the
So,
only two that. So we took everyone there, but they were the
oh
two
yeah,
that found
that's right. So you know of the kind of Earth type one, and the one that was in that chamber that you guys walked through that went to the air. But you know of those two, but you're assuming there's more.
So-
Especially now since we've heard that they are looking for monoliths as well.
Yeah.
So on hearing that, Curtis pulls out his scroll or his cartographer's thing and pulls out a copy of what he knows, where it's at. And Roderick, I gave him my original, and he's, for all I know, captured, and they might just have my copy.
Do I know who Roderick is? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. How is the old fool doing?
Probably do. He's really
So
distraught
well
about
is
it.
what you're saying.
Probably. I hope he's not. But his son.
I mean, if Natura is involved, probably.
Ideas? Any ideas? What to do?
I mean, if you're running from Natura, nowhere is safe.
I got that feeling.
Mock would speak up and be like, all I know is that the tier that we have in our possession has asked me to be delivered here to the champion of the Lawbearer, which we now know he's not made it here yet. But if there is any place or anything, you see him kind of like stumbling over his word for a moment because you see him thinking or something is going into his head, which I'm kind of doing myself, the tears talking to him.
Yeah.
But I'm just speaking.
If you're looking for somewhere to hide, we're pretty good at finding places to hide.
That is definitely possible if you know of a location or a place, the tier that could be safe there. That would be greatly appreciated.
Well, we know of a few places around here.
And what places would that be?
I can't remember the name of it, sorry.
Right.
Above table, or are you just about to say
Above
that?
table, I can't remember what it is. I know you sent it to me, but it's like Uppery or something like that.
So Keyleth is here.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, she's standing back away
Waiting for-
from everybody.
Can
You
I
would know
kinda-
Keyleth
kinda-
is not very social.
Right, can I go, I just want to talk to her a little bit. But if you're
remember what you
continue with your, conversation or whatever, I just wanted to.
Yeah, so you're just going by her, or
I just wanted to go over to her and just say, I thank you, and at the same time, go like, I can't believe this happened. If she has any insight of what the hell, what can we do?
So, it is unfortunate what happened at the Frostwatch Outpost. And from my point of view, it didn't look like necessarily they were failing in the fight. It was definitely a challenging one. They have a lot of firepower and very tough people there. So, there's a good chance that Roderick is still alive. The breath would be rough. It's just a matter of if he got free from that, because he was hurt.
Curtis just feels guilty as hell for leaving him behind. Just
I don't feel guilty about it. It's a
happened.
part of there's only so many people that we can have, and for some reason, when I tried to teleport with him, he was not with us. So it was his choice to stay.
probably because of his son.
And they would hear just with my illusion. It's because he's a fool.
That's dumb.
Don't let him fuck your mind, dude.
And I'll telepathically talk to you. If I wanted to, I would.
My mouth doesn't move. Same.
That's the thing is when I do telepathy, we can both carry a conversation. So that's totally fine.
In telepathy, I say,
Sure, I'll connect to you.
No, you all of a sudden in your head you hear him.
Oh. Interesting.
That's whatever you. Yeah.
Say your piece.
don't fuss with me.
Ah, this is getting curious.
Next thing you know, just the whole entire
Rather
room.
delicious.
Next thing you know, just the whole entire room is just looking gazingly into each other's eyes.
There's conversation going on. Everyone's just like, what the heck's going on?
It seems like they're about to kill each other, but no one said a word.
What's going on?
Leaf, let's help these fine individuals. They've piqued my
Actually,
curiosity.
I don't know what I'm trying to do because making threats in my own mind. I actually say this. I don't know what I'm trying to do making threats. We barely survived a Dracula. So what are you trying to do?
To be fair,
Rubbing
You're
salt
not
and
connected, dude.
wounds?
It's not like an open
You
channel.
know, and yeah, I'm literally telepathic. I'm like, we're having an argument. I'm like this. I'm doing.
he said outside. I thought you said speaking now.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah, you
Okay,
said
then I spoke
speaking
it.
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Dracula.
You will see me pretty much after he said, "Leaf, come on, let's help these fine people out." I will walk up to Curtis, grab him by the collar, and just start walking towards the safe house.
But he's a bugbear, so it's like, and I have no spells.
And then like my
I'm going like, what are you doing?
Will we have to make a strength contest for this?
Hey,
No. I wouldn't even bother. Honestly, I've got no spell slots. You could
how big is
squish
your
me.
character?
You could just like.
I was just about to say my little 5'5" guy's like woo.
I grab you too.
Oh, we'll
I
take
just
care
have
of
you
them quite well,
carrying
priest. And I'll do a little bow
that
and
one's
just
too
turn
heavy, and that
around.
one's too heavy. Let's go.
You do
I
see.
accept it, but I'm still like, okay, guys, look, y'all are looking for the monoliths. We have someone who has a map of monoliths.
Not now, and I'm like,
We need help.
lucky I don't have any spell slots or spells, whatever.
I turn my
You're
beacon
lucky
back
I'm
around.
tapped right now. I'm a little winded.
We need help being invisible to Noctura. Y'all can provide that, apparently. So, why don't
Or would you
you
rather
help us while we help
play with
you?
some more mayonnaise?
What do you think I'm doing? I'm taking him to the safe house.
You are taking him to the safe house, but many other people would not appreciate being dragged by a giant beast.
I mean, if you want, we could
Well,
just
a priest.
message Noctura and have her.
Well, I'm a fae.
Also, I'm kind of looking over.
We're more than
Like-
willing to accommodate.
At this point, you do see Keyleth reach up and be like, all right, everybody, calm down. Let's have a calm and rational discussion about this.
I'm still in his arms. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm holding
called Roderick
Luca
a fool.
under the arms, and I'm just pointing.
And his
when
son.
he starts to look at somebody.
Well,
ran
I
toward
don't
him.
think they called his son a fool. They just called Roderick a fool. And to be frank, there are occasions where he has been a fool. But
Outside,
he's also a very smart individual, so...
To be on
what would
Keela's
I-
point, I did cast invisibility on it and he stood still.
Okay, he's a fool.
Well, what would you suggest?
Roderick is a dwarf. He's stubborn. That doesn't necessarily make him a fool.
Correct.
I understand
And
that, Curtis,
I'm
but let's
holding
lean
you
towards
with one
advice
hand
of someone
going like
with
this for a
cooler
moment.
heads.
Yes, what
Shall
I
we?
suggest is let's have a calm
You have to understand,
discussion
I'm literally
about what
imagining
we
you
should
like,
do.
with both my arms like this in your
Roderick has
in your
lost
arms.
everybody he cares about
Leaf,
so
could
far.
you go ahead and put down Curtis? He's causing a ruckus.
I'll let go of his collar because that's all I grabbed.
Do you want down?
I'm just like,
No, I'm good. You've resigned to this fate.
He likes
I turn to your
being
character.
coddled.
Well, it's crazy being
beast?
like it's crazy. It's like seeing the world from
Wait,
like
did you
up
look
here.
weird?
You know.
Oh, this is kind of nice.
I was asking to be like,
So I would suggest, and this is Keyleth speaking,
Beautiful.
that we put all our cards on the table. So if I'm not gonna put all the cards on the table, I'm gonna let the players put the cards on the table.
if you put mayonnaise on any table, it's going right back up.
Every time you talk about the mayonnaise, my character does laugh.
he finds it quite funny.
For
I
you
didn't know you found it
three,
funny till now.
for you three, would Noctura be a threat to y'all?
Depending on what she's offering.
I don't think she's offering anything.
Would a 23 let me know of Noctura at all? Because I don't feel like my character would.
23.
No. Not with the 23.
I was gonna say, at 23,
I feel like he knows something.
Yeah, you remember them saying the name previously in this conversation.
I was gonna say, I have a feeling like I'd be so sidelined with my other thoughts of, probably wouldn't care enough to know.
And
It's just a name. Easy to put down a person with a name.
okay, easy to put down a person with cool. You.
As I turn you to him.
Yeah. So
He's like in a ball.
you would be willing to work or help someone who is potentially a evil threat to this world.
Everyone's a potential threat to the world. What makes Noctura special?
Super evil person.
I'm more than willing to offer you simply because I'm curious to see how it ends.
She need renege on any deal you make with her.
You remind me a lot of someone we had.
And I expect
Yeah.
you to pick up, yes, you do.
You remind me a lot of
I think we
someone.
may have to res you as someone.
At least once.
He's got almost. He's got the
over table or
type for second
at
place.
above table. Technically, we chose Tabby.
Technically, he chose Tabby.
I agree, I'm like, yeah.
I figured you would.
At least I get back
about it.
The dice did. As you can
I'll
see,
be perfectly upfront with you, Luca.
let's
I am more than willing to make a deal with anyone. Be it the patron saint of the Celestials or the 9 realms of hell. I don't care. The deal is the deal. And what I'm offering here is protection for you as of right now due to curiosity.
we'll take it.
And I will look at you and say,
You
that's
got it.
actually one of his better deals.
Well, it's not even a deal.
You got a deal.
Don't shake on it.
Oh, we're not gonna shake on this.
First one's free.
Okay. And what we offer you is not much right now.
Yeah, we're desperate. So
Yeah. So just
It just
Warm
means
bucks
you'll
to
help
throw in the-
me in the future. We'll just think of it that way.
okay.
it's fair, I guess.
Mock will help you in the future. Yes.
I don't agree to that.
In the meantime, as you can see, we are. Well, not you.
Worst for wear, as I can see.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Some of us did a lot of fighting. We are going to. We would appreciate it if you can take us to this safe house of yours, so we can rest.
And that's totally doable. Leaf, can you lead the way? As our watcher would prefer to be behind us.
Yeah,
Well,
sounds
pat you on the
normal.
head.
And put me in Leaf's arm.
No, I'll pat
Do
you
you
on the
want to
head.
walk, Curtis, or would you prefer to be dragged?
So
So walk.
Jolly good.
Also from all this, I can assume your name is Leaf.
Part of it.
Oh,
I'll
he
go
is.
for Leaf.
That's-
Alright, his name is Sir
Or L-E-I-F.
Yeah, so it's
He is Sir Spleece Miggerson.
yeah,
I
S-P-L-E.
distaste the name, but he chose it.
I was gonna say there was a nickname in there, but I don't think I should use it.
Yes,
Do
that's
it.
what I call him.
Sir Spleef?
Sir Sweep Smeekerson.
I don't know why he chose the name, but that's what he liked. So,
But we
what
call
am I
him
above?
Leaf, because it's easier.
The church gave me Sir. E-E.
Oh, E.
Yeah,
Okay.
double E.
Like leak.
Yes.
Yeah, I even spelled his nickname L-E-F.
So, as I pat him on the
I
head,
spelled fucking
he's healed for 11 points of health.
You get healed for 11 points out. Wait,
For me,
11?
just tapping you on the head.
Yeah, you just feel this surge
I
of
love taps.
radiant energy.
Your
as you
beak
tap you on
kind
the
of
head.
fixes itself.
So I'm. Oh yeah. Okay. This
Yeah.
is before all that. Okay. So
No,
yeah, my
I didn't
beat
actually
goes
take
like
any
this
damage because I had
now.
a little protection.
Sir Sleeve.
And
I do it again
before we go to this safe house,
don't
is
like
it
it.
somewhere within the city?
because it looks weird. I
Is
kill you
it?
for an extra 10.
Well, if you're thinking
To try to
about
get
the name that I sent you,
that works.
that ain't the safe house. You don't know where that is. You just know it's a place that is very secure and safe. You don't know where that is.
Oh no. See, I thought we knew where
No,
it was.
no, you don't know. You know of it.
Do I know where it is?
No.
Do I notice him being like?
No, he'd be just calm, demeanor,
Do I see any single drops of sweat?
doing insight check.
I believe on Sir
Upon
Spleef,
normal sweat.
Yeah.
it'd be hard to see Spleef's sweat.
But yeah, Keyleth is the one asking about
Really cool
this.
jump.
There's much more safer places. What we're going to is more of a hideouts to deal with the certain stress your party has done, and then we can potentially go to Avarice. Or that's what it was, right? Okay, well, it's Avarice.
I don't think you know
No,
where
it's-
you're going.
It's Etheria.
Etheria.
It's Avernus.
It's Avernus.
We're gonna take you guys to Avernus.
Where
You're gonna be in
Night
there
house.
for 375 degrees.
For 50 to 60 minutes until lightly brown.
And then,
Oh no, you're quite a plump turkey. I think.
As with most of this elven city, it's pretty safe, but
most of that's
being
just
in the
his
center of
feathers.
the town makes it a lot
It's
better.
mostly feathers.
If we
That's
pull out
good.
the feathers, it's probably
It's
pretty strong.
Some
Based on
sort
his
of
weight.
tavern or.
It's going to
He's
be a
like carrying him
tavern.
still.
Alright.
I could go to my Maker's Guild, but I would owe them money probably, so.
Well, at some point, Curtis, you'll probably need to go to your.
About how much do you owe them?
I don't have any money. I'm broke. That expedition
some
was a
sort of-
total failure.
Explanation. I mean, you have knowledge.
Is this above table?
No. This is cute. This is literally telling him.
Yeah.
Because it is
You're
not
with the
wise to
guild,
destroy your
are you?
connection with your guild.
How much
I'm
money?
more than willing to make a few friends within the guild.
Who do you know?
And that's a pretty interesting way to roll.
Well, I know
Like
the
one club.
lovely desk girl that sits at the desk.
That's not gonna help me. Well, it might help you, but it won't help me.
She knows quite a few good people you could talk to if need be.
Yeah, she called me a rat.
I can
Very
see
rat.
why, but
I've been out in the wilderness. I haven't shaved for months. You know. Fine. What do you got ideas
are
here?
you finished, kind sir?
Yes.
Why don't you go talk to her? Work out a deal.
All right. What's her name?
Erica Likeshade, lovely little girl. I knew her daddy's mother.
I don't care about her daddy. You do.
No, it's the grandmother. No, it's the great grandmother. That's the one. he
Lovely
cares about.
individuals. Helped them in the past. They're great people.
Erica Lightshade. Okay. Drop her name.
And you don't have aversion to goblins.
Not especially.
Then you'll be fine.
What did you say?
Aversion.
2?
Goblins.
Oh,
All right. Well,
you're like my little friend.
to Luca and anybody else, I can offer if I get a special deal or whatever. The guild, I can offer. The guild can house some people because of, well, most likely can, but me, they don't really care about.
Oh, we could
I
go
was
to
going
the
to
guild
say-
house if you would like.
Correct me if I'm wrong, your plan is to go to the guild
I kind of
that you owe money
yeah.
and ask for things of them.
I hate it. I know, but I've got an option.
How much money?
I've got information, and that's worth something.
How much money do you owe them?
I owe like 10% of the entire expedition and everything else that went
I know how
on, and
much
went all
that
tits up. I owe a significant amount of money. I'm not sure
Yeah.
exactly.
During this expedition, that's when you were
Make
captured.
a intelligence roll for me.
Maybe they will take down some of that since you were captured and tortured.
It's true, but
I haven't known the guild to torture. It's not their thing.
Not them torturing, he was tortured. You see, he was tortured for a very long time. He was spanked, he had a collar on.
all right. There wasn't.
For some reason, there was someone with leathers
You know
down
what?
there.
You know what? I would have actually enjoyed that if that's what she did, but she didn't do that.
You would.
She put visions in my head
would
of
not.
torturing my own family. She was sick. Like sick. Not you're spanking in the ass sick. It's like, she was
I'm just
sick.
gonna say feet, and I'm gonna let
Well, I
go
know
of
a
my
place
feet.
around here you might enjoy
Run
it.
him.
I'm just offering you a good time.
I don't want
You know
me.
what I mean.
I don't. Okay, enough. We need to go. If you're, I'm offering
This is an
a place to
interesting
stay. It is a place
Would
to
you prefer
stay, and
the
I'm
guild house?
almost retracting it because I don't.
That
know.
or a tavern is fine.
Just don't.
I'll be totally upfront.
Don't come to me if everything goes to hell
will
because they
definitely
don't
be
like me.
better
They hate
housed
my
and better
ass.
protected.
They never
Yes.
liked me. They always thought I was
Agreed.
inferior to even be there as a mage. So, you know. it's just
Does he
how it
always
is.
talk like this?
No, not really. He's normally quite.
Curtis
calm.
is like
He's
he's
definitely had
out of
some
his
time, though.
element. He's just
We need some rest.
Yes.
That is what we
That's
need.
what I'm trying to say.
We need some rest.
Let's go.
Our option is either the guild or what
I-
Caleb just said.
You know what? If you
do
know
attack or
Erica,
the guild would most likely be a better housing situation than the tavern.
True. Let's make our way to the guild.
I do, and I'm.
And I go up and I kind of slap you across the face. We need you on your best behavior when you
right?
talk to them.
Oh, did you have to slap me though?
Yes,
Seriously.
I slapped
As
you
he
one
falls
time.
down dead from 1d4.
I am.
No.
I slap you in like the wing, like the feather,
Feather,
Mage
yeah,
hand.
and
Mage
the
hand.
feather part.
Mage hand. There.
Mage hand. Your
No.
your underwear over your head.
No, the 2 bits.
Well, yeah, but I'm doing that to you.
Maintaining your bits.
He's maintaining a bit, but I'm maintaining a wedgie.
Alright, to continue on.
We're
Yes,
doing this mage thing, really.
As
Slapping
you're
each-
walking towards the guild,
I'll go ahead and cast calm emotions.
I can see us doing this.
I would say if there's no rejection to like the calm emotions, everybody gets a nice chill, calm emotion.
Much better.
We're supposed to be the chaos ones.
Oh, I'm enjoying this. This is
Technically, I'm chaotic good.
Well, I guess technically right now we're not chaotic.
this is towards the guild.
You're seeing what everyone else would see
So
your
you-
characters be like with us.
I need pizza.
Oh, I forgot there's pizza.
I am hungry now. Sorry.
Yeah, should we take a
We'll
second?
take a little break for pizza.
Since we're walking.
That mage hand, he seriously would have grabbed those testicles or whatever name you have.
I was gonna have Relka just lean over to.
Joke's on you, he's a Kenku, it's a Chloe.
It's a Kawaka, so it's inside me.
Oh, it would have gone inside!
Joke's on you, I'm into that.
No, I would have had Relcaf lean over and go,
It's always nice to see chaos.
By the way, I'm gonna keep this.
I figure it's my toll for being here.
It's the toll of the dead.
It's the troll.
Alright.
It's pepperoni.
Give me that one.
My favorite. Oh, chicken. It's so good. It's terrible.
Chicken and bacon.
Thank you for the pizza.
I just picked something simple since they were cheaper.
Thank you for the pizza.
Perfect. I'm left. Enjoy. It can
Nor do I, but-
I'm in no rush. It was $30. I split it 6 ways at $10.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't hungry earlier, but now it's like, I can smell the pizza. Now I'm hungry.
I wasn't hungry because I had a dinner with the family before I came here.
Like this at lunch.
10, it was dinner.
10 haircuts free.
I get free haircuts anyway. Thanks,
Rude.
Did you get a chance to mess with the new
She was in her 20s, but she's old.
Well, I was just wondering if I actually knew more about their deal because that's kind of like the biggest deal. Interesting.
Probably.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, you wouldn't know if you would. And you would know she looks exactly the same as when she was back then.
Jeez, better than you.
Maybe slightly a little bit older, but yeah, and that's when she was dealing with some fear.
Wasn't sure what you were trying to correct me.
So right now, we are on our way
How's it go?
to the guild. Yeah.
makers, right?
Okay.
And I give when things come down and we start, they stop me.
I mean, I use calm emotions, so.
I just go, okay, best behavior, just do what you want. And I just, walk trudging towards the very large buildings, spires.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you put your underwear back in your pants? It's over your head right now.
The best part
Did
is,
you get that? Did I get an egg out of you at least?
the thing is, you're still being carried.
That would be cool. No, not. He dropped me from laughing.
Okay.
Yeah, I said feet and then I dropped him.
Yeah, this is why I was like, because the multiple conversations going on at once, so it's kind of hard to know what's going on.
We are tired and emotional right now after what happened.
Had to put down one of your own.
Two of our own. That we know of.
And then murder corpses.
We didn't burn the corpses!
Two.
Roderick and Dredd.
You didn't put down one.
No, but did we see when we were leaving the blast?
No.
Oh, so we don't even know.
Yeah.
He was 4
Just
pounds.
trade it.
Yeah,
Okay,
when,
yeah.
when you get teleported, it's instant.
So yeah, so all we know is that we let. So we didn't let Dredd die. Dredd chose to die.
Spencer, my understanding is this is like capital city, Elm City. This is like the Makers Guild. There is a big effing deal.
Yeah.
It's got these huge spires, right? It's like I barely got in and graduated and got the hell out because they just.
Yeah. It's not like they're mainly elves, there's also other races in there as well. It's just
You didn't pass the
normal
AC.
elves
I didn't. I did
don't
not
really care about the younger folk and the other race. Even though technically in the beginning of the whole entire thing I didn't have them like that, but you guys made me do that. So I was like, okay.
I was treated like the slow kid, which I was.
I think at this point I am treating you like a slow
Yeah,
kid.
well, thank you. Thank you.
Well, the D on your hat doesn't help. On the Punished Wizard hat.
I think white is the wrong color choice for a wizard.
I said it was for studying Dunamancy, but I'm starting to question it.
From what, Nancy?
Dunamancy.
Oh, okay.
Study of time. Time and space. Which that's in my move. Be a gravitational wizard.
Gravity.
Chronomancy. That's the time aspect.
No, just I'm looking through our chat and I'm not finding it.
Like, I'll let you know that I'm pulling behind you.
There you go. I didn't know you were gonna play the character anti-social. So I'm like, more talking for me.
Oh, my character is socially awkward, so, yeah.
I was expecting you to talk more though.
I've been letting everyone get their belly.
I'm really interested to type thoughts on here now. To see if
That's
it's just
absolutely something you can do.
if it's just like up in here, but you're just like quiet.
Well, just to let you know, like, the tech costs is only surface level costs. Unless you get in to, like,
Then it's safe.
then it's a stable check. But then they know you're running if you fail. And, or if you succeed right at the end, they know someone's running.
They just know.
Well, it doesn't necessarily tell them who was detecting you in your thoughts. They just know somebody was in my thoughts.
Is the tech thoughts verbal?
No.
I don't think so.
I'm the one
You
that
have to look at
I'm
verbal, somatic, it has a VSN.
I think it's S.
If it's schematic, then it's just
over there.
Make a simple.
It's BSN.
so it is verbal somatic.
All three?
No.
So depending on how close you were.
Oh, wait, no.
What school is it in?
Divination, right?
Yeah.
Law spells are.
I think the only time we actually care is when it's like
It's consumes the
Yeah.
material.
Yeah.
That's really the only one I care about. Unless if you're literally tied up, then you can't do schematic. Somatic.
Or if you want to ride in your mouth, I don't think you will.
That's why whenever you get a wizard, you get him caged, you lock his hands and you gag him.
What he's doing autos or irresistible dance, all he has to do is bust a groove.
Just imagine like a prospector dance for the
And the only special way, well, depending on your sorcery points, if you can make it so you not do the submatic or verbal. Spending sorcery points, and only you can do that.
Yeah. Mine is based off of 2 types of schools that I can do it with.
Which, is there a limit? Like you know, charges or something like that?
No.
That does seem very strong, especially with certain enchantment.
Well, it's enchantment and illusion, and a lot of those spells don't actually do damage. And they don't normally cause.
Yeah, but you can do like mass image, huge massive image, like just nothing, standing there.
Yeah,
Create-
then I lose my spell slot for that.
Yeah.
And it's just I get 2, so that's
Really, yeah, that's what I-
yeah.
I'm just projecting.
I'm kind of glad it's not a wizard because if wizard had that cool. But
Yeah, but they, what level do you get that at?
it's awakened mind, so it's 6.
6 level, so you just have to go to 6 and then have it.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to pass 7, 8, 9.
Yeah. But
That'd be fun. I'm going to cast Meteor, but you're not going to know about it.
Scroll the comic.
Well, yeah, picked it up.
Scroll the comic. It's a scroll that was only in one campaign, and it is a mile radius.
I can get out, right?
how much should I put?
I'm the
I
only
just
one with
snap
a
my hand
chance.
and the world's gone. And only I can do that.
Can you tell me the deck saving throw?
What?
Deck saving throw, please?
It's a dex saving throw, but it is.
That
Doesn't
means
matter.
if he succeeds,
It's
it takes
still
no
half
damage.
You take half damage.
I know, but monks, they can take no damage from the dex saving.
Mm-hmm.
This scroll actually supersedes that.
I don't
Even
know.
better.
I mean, if it's a big meteor, it'll probably just destroy the world at that point.
See, I would survive it, but then I'd fall.
Yeah, the fall damage is what will kill you. There's no way to slow your fall when there's nothing to grab onto.
Yeah, I had a problem with the player that they wanted the slow fall, but I'm like, dude, you're in a free fall. What are you gonna grab to slow your fall?
The air.
So I would open up my cargo pants that look down. I forget what they're actually called.
Parachute pants.
Parachute pants, yeah. I open up my parachute pants and just set it on.
Parachutes aren't in the world yet.
These are pants, they're different.
Okay? Parachute pants are not in the world yet.
Well, they're just
MC Hammer disagrees.
a lot of that's all it is. It's just a ton.
Well, you're wearing robes.
It would be better without parachute pants.
Yeah,
Paper towel. I just got it.
I just got it.
I love telepathy.
It's all.
Yeah, it's only within 60 feet.
No.
That's why then after that, you have to go, find message.
Then after 120 feet, fine, send it.
Yeah, then send you.
You're 120 feet. I just go
Or you do the
Yeah.
sorcerer and you do the,
literally.
Like, those guys are walking to the spire.
because then you can do it
So is it true
for based
that
on your charisma modifier.
your race is like half in, half out of the Feyrealm or whatever, and that's why your plan is dissipated and not there? Is that true?
It's a lot.
It's a little.
More like the sorcerer,
I'm just
be
seeing,
like the shadow.
barely seeing the and this sort of aura.
Well, it depends on what time they because you have to go do something for now. It changes. Yeah.
Trying to explore that. Keyless doesn't stop me from being true a little bit. Trying to explore it best.
So you can, you might basically don't know is that there's a lot of healing now.
All three of us would be like,
Yeah, all three. He can, and Conlon can, and he can,
after we have healed!
And Locke can.
and Mark can.
After what we've been
And
through
you're
since the start
already
of
healed.
this, yeah, after what we've been through since the start of this, I figured it's probably the best way of going.
Dude, I told you guys, healers are pretty needed in any campaign.
So
That's why I took Druid. It was like, okay, I gotta get
That's
this.
why my druid in my roach campaign is a freaking healer.
oh yeah.
And I saved her. That was awesome. I was like,
And then I got two later at night because I
yeah,
can't
try.
make a freaking save to save my life.
Yeah, I saw that. I was just going,
You were
wow,
lost cause. You were going down this way of it.
But if he succeeded, dude, that would have been a huge win for you guys.
We would have known a lot.
So I will tell you this about the table. If he would have succeeded, you would have been able to control that form, and it would be a 10 form.
It would be like a wild
So it was worth a shot.
Yeah, it was a high risk, but high reward.
That was what was the DC on that? 20?
it was like 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all Curtis thinks is he just brought somebody to their death by experimenting.
Yep.
So it's like, he's just depressed and needs a hug, except from a freaking bird. Or bird hug.
So you do need to go to that.
Good hug, so.
I mean, you were being hugged. Aggressively.
Some might say the best hugs, but whatever.
I don't know.
You do need to go to the special night room.
I have no idea what
I have no idea.
During the walk, I put my hand on Curtis' shoulder and said, it's okay.
takes deep breath and just starts looking.
Pulls Wedgie off head.
You do not do that.
Would Keyleth be off of my route path?
There wasn't like any major interaction with you guys. It's just been.
Our first reaction, when I first saw you, my character met you for the first time about a year ago, he went, you're weird looking, bud.
They just know that she's from a past right?
That's
And
nice.
she's been missing for a long time.
Yeah.
Amelia's
We're so
sure
good.
she might be.
Yeah, because. Yeah, but she was missing.
So, yeah, like, they, what you can gather is
Wouldn't think that, or
she was
fit
with
within like that.
at the end.
But you've got a wire range strength,
But
right?
then, I'm
Very
half
dexterous.
60 years.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay.
Very dexterous.
So it's,
So, yeah, she's missing.
but, so just MIA, not KIA.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not.
But Amelia
Excuse me, I'm gonna get a
believes she probably is gone. Because they are huge.
If it was alright, I would have, while they're walking, we would just kind of walk with Keyleth, or while walking with Keyleth, be like, I have nothing, I'll be upfront with you. I know not to make it. I've heard of the deals that have been made that you're associated with. I respect it.
Bobby got
Why?
That's a lot of that.
So right up your alley.
Yes.
And I would also say, when we get back to the table,
Oh no.
Ding.
I would say that again while the mic probably picks you up.
Oh, my bad. I would walk next to Keyleth and basically go, I must say, I am inspired by the deals that seem to gather around you, especially with that Vex fellow that you're associated with.
Xadia.
Have you ever thought of getting out of the deal?
Thought has crossed my mind. But it would, what he did, it would probably make what he did in vain. and I wouldn't want that.
That's fair. Either
Risk is too much of a thing for that.
way. Understand.
And I know you also make deals of your own. And I will suggest that you stay away from me.
Very much so. I don't need to have the
'Cause
Raven
if-
Queen on my butt.
Exactly. If something doesn't you mess with us, somebody would be after you. And I'm sure you don't want her or him after you.
Quite right. I just wanted to make sure that we have an understanding. I will definitely not be making deals with you.
Did any of us hear that?
It's out in the open.
It's out
so.
in the open.
Okay.
So yeah,
This is not so loud.
yeah. You all heard it.
And he would also just be like, I respect it, and just wanted to be upfront with you. That way there is not some misunderstanding.
And I respect you being upfront.
Curious.
So you eventually make your way to the guild, the Merchants Guild. Don't exactly remember the description of the Merchant Guild.
It has big pillars, and it has a lot of spinning stuff. That's what I got.
A lot of spinning stuff.
Spinny cogwheels.
It has an orb of sphere of annihilation just
That's impressive.
I'm not going to touch that.
You should touch that.
I rolled a 2, so you'll go and try and touch that.
I hold him back. Nope, not really.
Well, I still have to be able to climb. It's the tallest tower.
Yeah, I still grab a hold of you real quick as soon as you say that. I'm like, nope, nope, nope.
Leaf,
Don't worry,
we
I
don't
can't.
need to be pissing off the guild here, especially when we're supposed to be lodging here.
You remind me of
That's-
someone I know too.
It's basically a large tower, basically, with spinning stuff. We'll just leave it at that for now, because I
We'll call
can't
it
find...
All right, so we go to a
Description.
secretary, probably on the main floor, and I step up and I am assuming by his description, Erica Lightshade. And it
So
probably
looking, you don't see the description of that individual. You do see a young female human that's currently at the desk. Just looking, that sits up, and you see her kind of grabbing some papers. Oh, I'll be with you in just a moment. And she kind of walks over, gets a book, and starts putting papers in it, and then pushes it aside. What can I do for you?
I am a guild member. I'm kind of like,
Do you by chance have your guild card with you?
you know, I just want to pull out a symbol. That's all I got right now.
So she looks it over. You see her kind of move her hand as magic kind of appears over the card itself, as your name appears onto the card with what your occupation, what
Yeah.
your task to
Not
do.
terribly proud of my
And
standing.
Relcat will be shadowing him right behind.
Right.
So I'm just
Curtis.
kind of hoping that nobody notices me.
Curtis Grendor. It seems that you were here on expedition, and you owe quite a bit of gold. Do you have that gold? Are you ready to pay that? And how did the expedition go?
It was a total loss. I have many friends die. However, I'm willing to be compensated by information. I do have a considerable amount of information.
That
But
is...
it's sensitive, so I need to give it to the right people.
Okay, yeah, we could go to the guildmaster and have him
Oh God, we have
describe
to involve me.
with you.
Relcat will come around and be, my dear, we don't want to bother the guildmaster with such petty little things. Also, what is the going rate for dead adventurers?
For dead adventurers, if they have a bounty on them, it depends on the bounty.
Well, I'm just asking since, his entire party is essentially dead. Do they assume the debt, or how does that work?
I assume.
It would assumed on the last living individual of the expedition.
Which might be Roderick, too. Maybe. I don't know.
But the total of gold that is in question is over 5,000 gold. And that definitely has to involve the guildmaster.
Alright, let's get this over with.
Just rip the band-aid, Curtis.
Depending on the information that you can give him.
What, you wanna hit me
might
when I'm
lower.
down? You wanna pull out my freaking underwear again? You wanna try that? Huh?
Maybe later.
He's like keyed up. He's just like,
I don't want any sexual stuff going on in this guild. Okay, so if you two are going to do that,
it was a joke. It was a joke.
Miss, this is the Builders Guild. They build everything, so please be polite towards other people's creations.
again, I fully understand that we don't need that here at this
It was a
that's for the
joke.
tavern.
He didn't never touch my underwear.
I did touch his underwear, but it was it was a completely a mage hand. Have you seen it?
I'm getting mixed signals here. One says you didn't, one says you did.
Would you go? Go.
I go back into the
Where's your best behavior?
He just basically
I will say, just give me a moment. I'll go see if the guildmaster has some time to speak with you.
Also, is there an Erica? Is there an Erica light shade?
What happened to the poor dear?
Yes, she is currently going to Frostwatch Outpost.
Ooh, that's not a good time. Is there any way you could potentially stop it from being committed to death by chance?
Yes, yeah, we can get messages to her. She's currently already gone.
Do it immediately, first of all.
Yeah,
Apparently,
she's gonna-
Frostwatch Outpost was attacked and thousands of people are dead.
That's why the whole expedition is pretty much a loss.
Okay, that is very valuable information. I can put that into our books that the Frostwatch Outpost is currently under siege.
Oh, it's probably over.
Probably.
Based on your
It
description.
sounds like it's gone.
Well, we'll have to probably send people out there eventually to get the lay of the land and see what befell the outpost.
Nope, wiped off map, possibly.
Miss, I know I'm not quite a guild member here, but would I be able to get those updates as well?
If once we get the information, we will post it onto our board. As she points over to like a message board type thing, a
Perfect.
whole bunch
You've been
of
at
quests and
pleasure.
everything.
Can we go ahead and talk to the guildmaster?
Again, I have to go and ask him if he's available, so bear with me. And you were looking for Erica?
Yeah, you told me that she's on her way to Crossroads.
That's right.
Switches over to
That's all right,
POV.
but yeah, I
There's just
understand. There's a lot of people.
Yes, there is.
Drops.
Bear with me, I will be back in just a moment.
I'll look
As
it
she
up.
kind of leaves, leaving you all amongst yourselves for a little bit.
And I turned to. What's your name? Rob. Any other
Catch.
Not to be insensitive, but any other
Catch.
names to drop?
Not at the moment.
All right.
We'll see how it goes. Do I know anyone else in the guild? Like
Make a intelligence.
Why do you keep picking intelligence?
This is using your phone.
You know, I probably
With an 8,
do
you know
know some
multiple
people, but they're.
that could be here, but they're all like secretaries. Nothing like any above.
That's okay.
Okay.
That would make
Is
that
there
would
a
be fine with
chance?
my character.
Okay, the fact that I graduated, the fact that, you know, I probably made some friends, right?
Yeah, you would know some.
Okay. So,
Is there
but
any?
I would know where they're at, probably.
Yeah, you would know where they're at somewhere around this. Most of yours would probably be in the study.
Gotcha. Well, we're gonna have to wait for her to come back with word of the guildmaster, and then I'll go seek out them if I can.
Some of the papers that are on her desk. Can I go ahead and do an investigation to see if anything of importance there?
So are you physically grabbing them, or are you just looking?
I'm looking, but I'm potentially willing to grab a piece, but not be sneaky about it. Just kind of reading it. I'm essentially checking to see if I can do a forgery later.
Later. Okay. It's behind. It's over the thing, so you're gonna have to reach over the counter to grab any sort of paperwork.
Okay.
Okay, so you
I'll actually just use my cane to kind of fill around.
fill around, and as you start to pull out your cane to do that, you immediately see multiple people look over and be like, what are you doing? Specifically to you.
Well, obviously it looks like I'm looking at paperwork.
Yes, but are you allowed to be looking at that paperwork?
So you're stating they allowed information on this desk unattended?
We'll have
And
to
it's
speak to
sensitive?
whoever was in charge of this.
Ah, I see. My apologies, I didn't know it was sensitive.
I don't know if it's sensitive right now, but I am not privy to look at the information.
Also,
I have to wait for a secretary of some kind. Maybe it's important, maybe it's not. I don't know. He's away, so I can't see it currently.
alright.
But you do see like most people are now keeping a more watchful eye on you.
That's fine.
I distance myself.
And what was your name, fine gentleman?
That is not for you to know.
May I interest you in a snack?
I'm ready.
No,
I'm
thank
ready.
you. I'm good.
Oh, okay.
It's quite delicious.
Made with eggs?
No thanks. I'm good. About 15-20 minutes go by before you do see the female come back down. Yes, so the guildmaster will be able to speak with you. It'll just give him about an hour or two.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Damn
As she looks over like some of the papers, and then one of the papers that you don't mess with, she just tosses it.
it. Oh, nice. I'd like to go to the study and see if I can't find some of my friends that actually put a good word in for me when I was trying to...
Have we stopped tossing Luca between us?
Yo, I offered someone a snack, so probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you're still doing it.
You want a snack?
At this point, I'm just like, okay,
Accepting
so
fate.
we have an hour, possibly 2 hours.
Here,
I'm gonna
shove
go to
this transmuter stone up his ass.
I'm going to go to the tavern
It'll give him
for
bonuses.
for a little bit.
I'll follow you, Luca. It seems to be my favorite place to be.
Let's go.
Nobody takers?
So you do go up
Flip
to
'em over, here you go.
an individual that you know. It is a bit more older than you initially, since you were here, but it is a kind of an artisan that you know of his trade, and his name was Willow.
Little off good. Is he short?
Yes.
I'm sure you're going
He's a Vulcan.
Okay, yeah,
So
I have to go wherever you do.
he is a fox.
Fox person.
A fox person.
So did you follow me? Okay.
And I have
As
what's
he
the- what's
looks
the name,
over, you see him with his iconic monocle and looking up, and he looks up at you. Oh, Curtis, how you been? I haven't seen you in a while. You were
What
tasked
is
with
the name? What is the name of the
expedition.
race off to?
Vulpin.
Vulpin?
Just think about like Vulpix.
Yeah, that's
From
what I was
Pokemon.
thinking,
Okay,
And-
so, good to see Willow. I'm afraid I don't have terribly good news. Expedition failed. But I guess I'll spare the details, but I'm looking for help. I've got a group of friends here that need some... What?
You're not there.
You're not there.
I know, sorry.
Yeah, it's just you right now.
Yeah, we have all gone to the tavern.
You turn back and say, I got some friends here, and
So I
then
got some friends
they're all
here.
walking out the door.
So it's just like...
It's just you.
Just like when I was a student. He's like...
Maybe you have
just-
Colin or Mark.
And if it'd be alright, I would like to use my Lincoln of Mind ability for 7 minutes. I can talk to it.
Okay.
Wait,
Even when I'm
let's
away.
let's have Conlon stay with you.
Okay,
Because
so
Conlon
there's
would
a-
be interested about the study.
Study. Okay, he probably would.
Yeah.
So there, you look behind
We
you.
wouldn't.
Honestly, I think you would. You would be
Yeah.
Warforged. You would
Yeah,
want to
there's
do
Warforged
more
knowledge.
research about
Okay,
himself.
I guess this is the Maker's Guild. That would make sense. He was probably made here.
It could have.
So you turn back and you see Mott and Conlon, and then everybody else is just walking out the door.
I will have a mechanic question about you later.
Okay.
We literally just took.
So yeah, I had this embarrassing moment where I'm like, some of my friends. Well, I've got my friend Conlon.
Just like when you were in school here.
Thanks, Willow. All right.
I was the same.
And you'll hear in your head, just let us know if you need help. And you recognize that it was Relcath.
Waiting for the guildmaster so I can settle some debts. I guess I need to kill some time.
How
so
much debt do you owe?
5,000 gold.
Wow.
Well, the expedition went into what should I say?
No down payment or anything?
But Roderick said he had that taken care of.
And
but
where's Roderick at this point?
It was Frostwatch Hold has been taken by this necromancer evil bitch. And I can't.
Yes, that's her name. Necromancer Evil Bitch.
She tortured me and
Necromancer evil bitch shit.
and basically he tries to mutter out as much as possible without revealing too much. But he does, he tries, but he's failing.
Basics.
And and then he just starts breaking down.
It sounds like you've been extremely busy.
Yeah. Well, good to see you, I guess.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, I'm just doing some research about arcane travel and the primal realms, if that's anything that you're interested
That's actually up our alley. So,
You've done that. Recently.
Never mind, I found where I gave more information on it.
I show him what I have about these pillars, and that's what we were excavating in the first place with Roderick and the Adventurers Guild.
Okay.
And I explained to him that is right up what we were researching, and that it opens up to certain planes.
Do you by chance know of where one of these are?
Yes. And I pull out a map of the continent, and I go, there.
There.
At those ruins that I was being tortured.
We'll have to definitely. That's where the expedition was.
Yeah.
So you were tasked with studying these?
That was our expedition. We went out there to study them, to see if there's anything that we could
If
learn.
you don't mind, as you see him go to some other books, one he looks up and it's like a library. It's probably almost 100 feet up on this just walls of books. As he looks over, you see him click his heels as like feathers fly from the boots as he lifts up into the air. As he pulls out a different a book, and he comes out and is like, do you mind looking into this for me? And it's a book of primal deities and all that kind of stuff. I can assist you in looking for like any of Arcana, history, intelligence.
You don't need this map, do you? I need it.
No, you see him wipe his like hand over it and has it hand on another piece of paper as it just copies over into that. That way I can keep it for later.
Please, I need whatever money I can get out of it, so don't show it to anybody or sell it. Okay?
I appreciate that. I will. I'll do that. This is more of a personal.
Okay. And so I look over there, and I also said, okay, that disease book that she made.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave this with you for now, but I also need this. I was hoping to sell it to the guild master, and I want you to look it over and see if you can find anything I may have missed about the disease.
Absolutely. I can take a look over that real quick.
What? Nothing.
You see him looking over the book of diseases. This is definitely beyond my expertise. These curses, diseases, afflictions, or whatever these are definitely stuff that I've never seen before. So these are beyond me.
I take the book back. Just wanted to see what he thought.
Curse, are you gonna be looking over the book,
The primal deities.
the primal deities and all that?
I go sit down and just start.
I can help you with any questions that you have on that. He's giving you assistance in an Arcana or Religion check.
Definitely Arcana. fucking kidding me?
You have advantage.
You have
he's helping
advantage.
him.
What the hell? Okay,
That's better.
11 plus 15.
15.
Plus 15.
Yeah. We got plus 15. Well, that's what I was revamping my character.
You have a plus 15 to Arcana.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So a total
That's a
of
lot.
26. So looking over,
Nothing.
yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
No, give me a moment.
You do see little pictures in the corner, though.
Oh, for hell's sake.
Yeah, little doodles of dicks.
You get this feeling.
Just kidding.
You get the feeling that a Kenku's been there before.
What?
A Kenku's been there
No, I was gonna
before.
say a tiefling.
Yeah, tiefling.
I was gonna reference
Oh,
Jester.
you're making a gesture.
I was making a reference to Luca.
But no, you don't see any of that.
I got you.
But you do see you get the names of 4 primal gods that seem like, if you didn't know Arcana very well, like it's been worded in certain ways where it's magically altered, where with not as good of a roll as you did, you would have missed how the underlining words of this book. There's a book within the book.
Sort of like code.
Kind of, yeah. But it's in an arcane symbolized in
Okay.
symbols and all that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
Like a cipher.
Kind of, yeah. And
The Enigma code.
yeah. And you are reading through this. It takes you a moment, and that's why the dude said that he was going to assist you in helping with this. At the start, you were kind of getting a little rough, but then when you kind of explained more of the cipher kind of stuff, it then kind of became easier for you. But still, extremely hard. Like, most mages you know of would not be able to read this book. And getting into the names, you know of 4 guardians of these primal sources. These are the gods that rule the 4 primal realms of fire, water, earth, and air. It says that these entities, before the gods even came to the world of Xadia, or not Xadia, of Xandria, which is the world that you're on. These are the gods before the gods. The gods came here, there was a massive fight between them, pushed those primal deities away. And you know the name of the air, which is Zepharon, which is the guardian of air. Then you have Tarragon, which is the guardian of the earth.
Tarragon.
Yeah, Tarragon, Terragon.
And Zephyron is a Zepharon.
Zephyrion.
Okay.
Then you have Ignis, which is the guardian of fire. Makes sense. And then Aquariara, which is the guardian of water. Reading into this book, you're having. I need you to roll a d4 for me. Okay.
We're all gonna die.
What
So,
was the water again?
Aquariara. So, now roll me another d4.
Two.
Okay, so you're going over some of the words of the individuals of these gods, and you're trying to, at a certain point, you're trying to read into more lore about the gods specifically. 3 of them elude you. 1, you manage to succeed, and that is Ignis. Ignis, the guardian of fire. And you know that Ignis is a front. The name Ignis is not actually the primal god. This is his lackey.
Alright.
It's just a show of face, a facade.
Alright.
You would also know that with this individual, there's a quote said from this goddess that was written in the book. You don't know if it is directly from him or if just somebody wrote it in. But it says, "Why am I here? Why am I here protecting this source? I don't belong here. I need to go somewhere dark and I need to escape." Something that is you remember hearing before.
Right.
And let me go look through some stuff. Give me just a moment while I look through things. It goes into talking about how this guardian controls one of the primal sources. And it is located in the city of Brass on the plane of fire. Perhaps the best known location in the inner planes of the city of Brass, on the shores of the Sea of Fire. This is a fabled city of the Ifrit,
Okay.
and its ornate spires and metal walls reflect their grandiose and cruel nature. True to the nature of the plane of fire, everything in the city seems to be alive with dancing flames, reflecting the vibrant energies of the palace. It also then goes into it seems to like change the cipher almost as you're reading it, and I need you to make another Arcana check with advantage.
17
Plus 15.
15, so you're high.
32.
So with that, you would get that it starts to change, and even your friend that's kind of reading this with you for a moment looks at it, and all of a sudden you see him get lost, and he's confused about what's going on. It
Right.
then goes into
I just start translating it for him.
it says
So he can help me follow along.
follow along. It goes, but in the heart of the city, the primal energy source has been taken, and a individual, a female, unknown, managed to get here and has started to break through the planes with that. And she used it in some sort of manipulation of the magical in the Arcana, in the weave. She's trying to bend the weave itself to her will. And in the city of Brass, the Guardian has since left and is going towards the plane of water. Last we know of.
Why? Why would a
Clarification. To the plane of earth, not water.
Right. So the Guardian of Fire, well, is that the Guardian of the City of Brass specifically, or is that
So
just the plane of fire?
it just is saying the one that was protecting the primal source,
Which is in the city.
which is in the city of Brass.
City of Brass.
When it was taken, he then is not
Okay,
in the process.
Guardian of the Primal Source.
Primal source, yes. It then speaks afterwards. If it is to believe that the plane of fire, the guardian, is going to the plane of earth, he is most likely seeking the city of jewels.
City of Jewels?
Jewels, like diamonds.
Oh,
not
jewels.
Jewels.
I heard a D in there, something like drools.
So this would be
Yeah, I was
okay.
gonna say
This,
that.
Yeah.
this would be the Earth elemental, but it's so there's a city. There's a great city for every elemental world, and so this
Yeah.
that would be the city of jewels,
Yeah.
the gems or something.
Seeking the primal source there to take control over it and then possibly converting the earth to fire in attempts. That's what he's trying to do. Because he feels it does then go into saying the guardian, like he's stated before, doesn't feel like he belongs here, and that's where he belongs. It's been an issue for him trying to break free from this, playing to the other, but he is working on that.
So with the primal source gone from the fire realm, the plane of fire, is that like tearing the entire plane of existence there apart where he can't survive? Is that what I'm getting from it?
You're getting that it is definitely a part of, like, with him leaving, it seems, I'll just say this, because you rolled so high, you would get that reading through it, that with that primal source gone and him leaving, the plane itself is being torn apart from within.
And this is going to, where would I figure this would have repercussions on the prime material plane and where we're at? Would it completely, it's gonna, or there's gonna be, because there's a balance, right?
Yeah.
And it's going to, so we might see more water, more frozen, more, right? Something to the
Something
counter of
to
that?
that extent, you can determine that that is a possibility.
He's going to try to take control of the Earth elemental plane. But what would that actually do?
You can theorize.
He would. Do you think he'd be able to combine the two? Like if he takes control over fire and Earth at the same time?
Possibly, that you don't
If
know.
he destroys the Guardian of Earth, I guess I'm theorizing with Willow there.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. From what I can gather, is the planes exist for a reason, like you said. It's for balance.
But the weave itself to her will is why she's taking that energy. The weave is connected to the elemental plane of existence as well. Probably.
All
Yeah, I would
sources of
imagine
magic
it would.
is, yeah.
Yeah. So it could. We're pretty much. This is doomsday. She's tearing the whole place apart.
From the sounds of it, of this individual,
The
this
gods
female,
themselves won't be able to tolerate this. It's like. So they were. All the elemental things, they were the gods themselves at once upon a time. The gods took over. They sort of imprisoned them in a sense to keep things running.
yes, from what I
And
can
that's what I've
understand about
gathered.
that, yeah.
So it's like if they tear this place up, it's basically just going to rewrite everything. It's like,
From the sounds of it, yes, like especially these primal gods, if they manage to come free and get to our world,
I wonder if we go to.
It'll be a barren wasteland once again, or segments of it, it'll be ruled by the primers again.
I wonder if we can convince the guardian of the fire to help us potentially, or come with us to get that back.
That is.
If we want to restore what's lost, or do we want to?
The Guardian of Fire, or you mean the Guardian of Earth?
The guardian of fire. The guardian of fire.
So-
Because he's lost the primal source
Yeah.
for fire. I wonder if there's an ally there potentially. That's what I'm thinking. It's like,
Yeah, it depends.
crazy stuff. It's much worse than we thought. All right. Is there any other information that can be gained?
I mean, we can look more into the other primal sources possibly, but this stuff is kind of being really hard to determine, especially because it changes, as you
And
saw.
I need rest. And I need to speak with the guildmaster. And I think Willow, for his help.
Yeah, and I would say at this point, that's when you do see like a person, the young female, come up to you. The guildmaster is ready for you.
Thank you. And I asked Conlon because he's the only one there.
Well, we would be coming back at that point, right?
Because you can
I was
speak
like,
to
it's
yourself
within
after.
1 hour, yeah. So you can
I
ask
don't
them to
speak
come.
to them. They're gonna ditch
But I was
me
like,
and
yeah, how
I get to
long
go.
where the rest of you would go?
We were
Because you're
just-
just going to the tavern.
Yeah, we're just going to the tavern, get a drink, settle down a bit. And
Was
then
that what it
come
was
back.
told to me, or?
Well,
I
not
don't think
to
you
you.
guys. I thought. You
I
guys,
said that before. I was all like, I want to go to the tavern. I was like, well, we have like an hour to possibly 2 hours to
Okay,
kill.
that's right. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I just wanted to make sure because he made it sound like you guys just went, "We're getting out of here."
Yeah.
Let's go!
Oh, like, okay, so we have to wait that long? Okay, I'm gonna go.
I'm getting
over
it.
there.
All right, fair
Yeah.
enough. I'm going to telepathically say if I'm within range of the timer.
He
How
would be.
far of reach is it?
So the problem is it lasts 7 minutes. So
it would be off.
yeah, it would be off. Unless his telepath thing
No.
does something.
No.
So you would telepathically think, and I would say at one point, the 7 minutes passed, you both know that that connection dropped.
Yeah.
Okay.
would
I
just-
can at
I would
least
just
send,
ask-
right?
I would just ask the
Yeah, you can do
bartender.
sending,
I can't.
but you don't have spell slots.
I don't have spell slots.
I would ask the bartender what time is it currently.
It's been about 45 minutes.
Since we got in here, or
Yes, since you got
It's
here.
been an hour,
But-
right, or so.
Yeah, it's going to an hour. I'm just saying for brevity's sake. For them, it's been like 45 minutes, so they could be coming on the way back for within that hour. So when they get there, you'll all be there for this conversation.
All right, fair enough.
we'll do that. It was about a 10-minute walk, so.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought we were talking like you guys are gone, you know.
Yeah,
so
yeah, they
that's
were
fine.
just at the tavern.
All right, let's go.
They would be able to judge the distance with an hour and be like, oh yeah, we gotta turn back.
I can't tell time, so I'm just following them.
And it'd be there. That is it.
Leaving a trail of mayonnaise.
No, my jar's shut.
As the lady comes to get you, you would notice that your friends have also came back and they're with her.
They're with who?
With the young lady that is also coming to grab you.
Oh, okay. I
you
explained to
see
you
everything.
guys that the Guildmaster's ready to see us now, and I've got a lot of information to share. But we'll just reveal it to the Guildmaster so we don't have to say it so many times.
That was 26.
But
When I was in the tavern, did I find anyone willing to make a deal?
Roll me a D100.
D100? Hundreds.
notes suck.
27.
Sadly, no, you didn't get anybody.
Nobody took one.
Nobody took the bait.
We rolled. I stealthfully uncorked his jar. Just
Of
buried
mayonnaise.
some of his mayonnaise. There's a trail. So
You managed to uncork it and turn it upside down at an angle that it just left.
Imagine that you're supposed to be watching us and you're part of the problem.
what can I say? I've been around you guys for
Continuing
you're
on,
running
there's
off
this
on
big
me.
trail coming through, and then as you guys turn around, you see a trail of mayonnaise.
You got this, Curtis. I tap on your back. You got this, Curtis.
What, you don't want to touch my underwear?
Didn't know.
What was the
That was the
secretary's
mage
name?
hand, not me.
The what?
The secretary's name.
Secretary's name? You never asked.
Alright.
My dear, I'm glad we're all able to get this done. Can I get your name by chance?
Yes, my name's Kara.
Carla?
Kara.
Kara. Do you have a last name?
Not to my knowledge, unless they called me Stone at the orphanage, so I guess it'd be
orphan.
Kara Stone.
I understand. Well, I appreciate your service. Carla Stone.
Kara Stone.
Yes, carve a stone.
Carve a stone. I can break her. I am
As you guys go up into the Guildmaster, you do see a elf, a very long-eared, long blonde hair. Look over at you, Curtis. So, Curtis, welcome back.
Thank you, my lord. I don't say that with like the most, honorable tone of voice.
Lord. It seems that you do not have the money to pay the gold.
But I've got plenty of information, if that will appease.
Depends on what the information is.
How about, what is her damn name? And I don't say that's about
No, Noctora.
Noctora. How about Noctora? Follow Frostwatch Hold. My good friend Roderick. Monoliths that open up portals to many different elemental planes.
That
I
is.
have maps, and I also have just a book that entails her diseases that she has developed. This should be well enough, more than enough to compensate us and my friends and get us into rooms and some stuff. We've been through a lot. I hope you can please be generous.
Make a persuasion roll for me.
He does not like this prick.
My friend here has been through a lot, as you can see by him and as you can see by us. Even before we met him, he was captured and tortured for many moons from, was it Noctura that tortured you?
Yes.
Yeah, by Noctura. So he has hands-on experience with her and could possibly give you more knowledge about her.
Okay, roll with advantage. Because your name helps.
I was waiting. Thank you.
Common guidance. Guidance?
I'll
Oh,
take
wait, it's
the card.
verbal.
Well, you could do it before. Colin could have tapped you on the back before and give you guidance.
Before?
Yeah.
So that's 14.
Bardic inspiration.
What?
From Mock. Mock gave you a D8.
Oh my god, this guy is a prick.
It was before. He's
trying
still
to-
level 9, so
I
probably.
know. 3. Okay, so we got 17 plus persuasion of plus 5. So
22.
Yeah.
it's not bad.
2. With the 22, he's like, you know what? Depending on the information, you've caught me in a good mood.
Thank you.
Can you explain the information to me and go in spare no details?
I go into great detail of the expedition and what it was looking for and why. And when it was captured by Noctura or whatever in the experiment she planted on it, I met up with a number of groups that died. Besides, people have sacrificed their lives. Many people, even people within the guild and the adventurers guild, to try and get you this information. We're going on and met up with Roderick. I go into great detail of Keyless and everything that went on there, and also the going into detail about what I learned, of course, from Willow just now. With
The book.
with the book, and the books, and of course I open the map. I show him the map that I made a copy of myself, and the Nocturne book, and I say, I would think that would be worth it. This is why it failed.
You know how dumb you are. This is very well, excellently done.
To be fair,
And he'll hear in his voice, he's baiting you, just...
I know. I'm like, I tell Becky, I get it.
He wants you to fill this deal.
This was adequate. I will allow you to board some rooms. I won't say you won't cover the full 5,000 gold, but given the information and everything, I'd probably say 1,000 gold is what you would owe.
I think that's atrocious, honestly. You should cover.
to be fair, he couldn't complete the expedition because he was captured, and I don't think it's fair to make someone pay when they were sent on a mission, captured and tortured. I don't believe a payment should be made after that. You would expect the...
Relkath will walk up and just pat your shoulder. It's alright, the Guildmaster's okay with his people being tortured. That's what the Guildmaster's for. Isn't that right? You're totally
Only
fine with...
low-born deserve to be tortured.
Oh, I can quite agree. I'm just stating that all those other lowborn that went there on the expedition are no longer here. Maybe they should have been the ones covering the cost.
What are you talking about? There's one right there.
I mean, there were multiple in their group.
And like you said, they're not here, so it falls on him.
I must say, it's quite a surprise that you'd be willing to sacrifice members just for no reason.
If they're not up to the task, then I don't need them.
I guess he doesn't know how to train his people.
I'll lean over and
I don't know.
quietly.
Look at my empire that I have here. I think you don't know how to train yours.
I've never had a student die for me.
You never probably had a student.
I proceed. Well, actually, no. You have to the jar of mayonnaise.
I'm okay with you opening the jar of mayonnaise. I'm quite okay.
You know what? Okay.
All I'm stating here is, well, I understand that he owes money, and I quite understand that. However, he did give you the information. He could have went elsewhere and gotten much more of a better price.
You're right, he could. But I know he wouldn't, because no one else here would accept him.
Oh, but that's the thing. We have the information, and...
And now I do.
Yes, you don't have all of it.
I'm like, we don't have it yet. We haven't made a deal.
You forget. Why am I the guildmaster here? I have a keen memory. You told me all this information. I already have it.
Then you don't need the documents on the table, and we can just take it and sell it elsewhere.
You're free to take it.
And okay, so
As
So
long
I don't
as you
owe
can pay
anything.
me, no, you'll have to owe me 1,000 gold.
That's not quite how deals work. You've already stated you've taken the information, therefore you have taken...
That was not
That's part
for
of
the
it.
information. That was for the expedition cost.
Correct, and you just took the information.
10%.
Therefore, you have taken his part of the deal.
His part of the deal was to get all of that information and bring it here with documentation, which he brought, which you guys are now taking, which means he does not have that. Even though I have the information, I don't have the documentation to prove that information.
But as you stated before, you have a keen mind. You can easily
You're
replicate that
correct, but it's
information.
not the original sources.
neither are those.
Well then, guess what? Now the cost is up to 3,000 gold. Because I don't have the original
Make it
sources.
$1 million. What difference is it going to make? I'm never going to be able to pay that.
That does not seem to be my problem.
You want
Because I can get my money from you one way or another.
How strong does this guy look? Like, is he built? Like, what's his build?
He looks very scrawny, not very buff. And he definitely looks more of like a spellcaster in nature.
He's a very... He enticed people to come after me. You know, he was like, he's such a bully and a coward, but he is also very powerful.
Could Curtis do something else for you instead of pay the bully?
This individual doesn't want to make a deal, and it seems as though he's not willing to
I'm
be a deal
fine.
maker.
I'm fine with making a deal if he can do something for me.
What?
Get me one of these primal sources that you speak of. I would love to study that.
I
What
feel
about the
that
end of the world? What about that? What about the fact that
You
these
can
primal
get it to
sources
me
are needed
after.
for? Are you? Can you guarantee that it'll return to the Guardian where we can actually heal
Well,
the
one is
primal?
already missing, and the world hasn't been destroyed.
So
That's
that is currently what we are after right now. So if we went and got this,
Then I will waive
we-
your charge.
if we went and got this though for tonight, we would have restings,
Correct.
and then we
Give you
leave,
my word, you'd have resting.
and then we leave first thing in the morning.
So you're stating you want a primal source of imaginal power, and for 4,000 gold, that seems very little.
I said I'd waive his fee, and if you do manage to give me one of those, I would pay you some extra golds. I would put it in the ballpark of, let's say, minusing what he owes,
You know,
30,000 gold.
Roderick, before that invasion, he explained to me that this information was worth far more than the expedition was even worth. I don't think I should take any deal with you.
That is completely your choice. But do note that if you don't take any of this deal, you will not be welcome in this guild again.
I don't know if I need to worry about that anymore.
Personally, I'm not seeing a negative here.
We're gonna start our own guild with blackjack. Hookers. Sorry, you line me up.
I must say, for dealing with another swindler, definitely have some class. I at least, will be leaving. It's up to them if they want to stay.
I don't think this is worth taking. Giving it in his hands.
I mean, if we gave it to him, then Nocturne would just come here and kill him.
Exactly.
My question.
That is a
That
good
would be a
idea.
very hard thing to do. I'm a hard man to kill.
What's the where are we at? Are we in like a tower or are we just on ground
You're
floor?
in a tower, in an enclosed room.
Is there a window?
Yeah, there is.
Spleef? No.
You don't know what I'm
And
saying
you
yet.
don't know what he's thinking.
Spleef?
I've been missing this tabby energy lately, so
Alright. I back away, just because I don't know what they're gonna do. I
Well,
have a
you're
feeling-
already heading out.
Yeah, I basically.
I do the same. I grab my crap and like, I'm done with the guild.
I kind of watch and see what
I'll
happens.
see that they're.
And I, by the way, I take the, chuck it at him.
Chuck it at him. He just catches it.
I'll see that they're
Still a
leaving
matter of
and-
the gold that you owe me then.
I owe you nothing. This is done as far as I'm concerned. I owe you nothing.
I'll see you soon enough. As you walk out.
Yeah, I'll see that
Been a pleasure.
they're leaving, and I will follow suit. I know that he is the brains of the operation, and if I'm to do anything, I should follow him.
go on and tell us what you were thinking.
Out of character.
Yeah, out of character, what I was thinking is either throwing him out the window or dissonant whispers so he walks out the window. Slowly approach him so he has nowhere else to go except to walk out.
I support this.
Above
we can
table
go-
talk. It's your
No.
guys' decision.
No,
No, we got your stuff.
I've solved. I've picked my choice. We will be leaving.
You got your stuff. It was nice meeting you. Yeah, see ya.
Okay. You walk out.
As we're walking out, I'm like, well, at least you guys got to see what it was like.
Is Keyleth with us this entire time?
She was very quiet, but with all your guys' passive, you could see
She was pissed.
she was pissed. She was extremely pissed, and she was on the brink of saying something.
I imagine
But
Keyleth
bitter
could turn
tongue.
him into a pile of goo if she really wanted
Yeah, you
But-
saw she bit her tongue.
I looked at Curtis and I go, so is he a little bit,
to. Probably.
okay.
I was also contemplating a larger goose.
But this, oh, yuck.
I thank you guys for standing by me.
As you guys are you like fully leaving?
Yeah, we're going.
Like,
Yeah.
As you do,
I'm broke. Anybody want to get drunk?
as you do, Curtis, you do see Keyleth go over to the receptionist. And she puts down a sack of gold.
You're kidding.
Make sure that gets to the captain. His debt is paid. And walks away.
And she won't let me catch her, will she?
No.
I telepathy, while she's still there, is a thank you. You shouldn't
She-
have, but thank you.
Nods. You are more worth than a 5,000 gold.
Thank you.
As we're
You have
walking out,
integrity. He does not.
yeah, as we're walking out, Luca just goes.
What is this building made of?
Flammable.
It is made of stone, wood,
Primarily stone, though.
Yeah.
With the innards being wood.
primarily. It's made of wood.
Okay.
Oh,
The base of it is made from stone.
Okay. We have something to come back to.
My observations are telling me that he wants to burn this place down. And I'm like, I feel like he might be justified, actually. And I'm awful good. I knew he was a complete dick.
so
So I spread the word about
Okay.
primal sources and what I learned about this while I was in the study, and that this guardian of the fire spirit or whatever, once that we figured to be Noctura stole the primal source, went to the earth plane and to try to take it over for some reason. And I'm wondering if it might be in our best interest to try to find the guardian spirit, the fire guardian spirit, and try to ally with it, or
I would disagree with you.
Okay.
It's a maddened beast.
Is it?
We would have better luck with the earthen spirit.
But that's where he's headed.
Correct.
So we need to go.
Enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Gotcha. Well, let's go rest. And I've got no money though. I throw out I've got 5 gold pieces and a copper. That's all I got.
Well, I appreciate the restraint, Keyleth, and it seems we potentially have an enemy here in Great Elandri. If he's more than willing
Most
to...
elves are not like him. He's a special elf, to say the least. I've
I
met
can-
many elves, and they're nowhere near like that.
So he is a Nazi of elves.
Basically, above table, basically yes.
He's Elf Hitler.
Is there any way you
Elfler.
could potentially, I don't know, message some friends to deal with this situation?
Oh, I know individuals, yes. And, do you know the Council of Taldorei? I know quite a few of them. They will be informed about this, and hopefully his guild will no longer exist.
That would be much appreciated. I don't mind a swindler, but one that potentially wants to destroy the world, I'm particularly fond of it, to be honest.
Oh,
Like all of
I
us.
corrected you.
Dead always does.
So right now, I
think
guess we're just gonna go to the
quite
tavern and
quietly to
sleep.
both of you.
Yeah, go to the tavern, maybe find some beds.
What I said.
Curtis wants to get drunk,
Uh,
and he can't hold his liquor. It's like one shot, he'd be like,
this is totally up to you, Curtis, but it seems as though Keyleth may need your documents.
Oh,
I just,
Yes. And,
I didn't know that conversation was going on.
as you were walking out, Curtis, of the tower, your friend Will saw your frustration and everything. I would say only you would have caught this. Mainly because he wasn't trying to hide it from you, but everybody else, he was.
So it's like an insight thing for you two, probably.
Yeah.
Wait, I did?
No, just Curtis.
Like,
At one point, like, you saw him, like, say hi to him and everything, you know, on the way out. But you felt in the inside of your coat, you felt a thick book being placed in there.
Pull it out.
It is the book that you were initially looking at
Primal.
with the primal and all that kind of stuff.
Like telepathy, keyless is what I've learned. Can this help?
Yes, and you.
And I tell her everything I can.
So clarification: there's 2 books that he slipped into your pack,
Okay.
in your bag. One of which is about ruins, ancient cities, and lost information. Some
Okay.
dealing with Aor, not Aora.
Ao, like the god Ao? Or?
No,
I'd say Oli.
the city of Aor,
No, that's
which is more recently uncovered ancient city.
How do you spell that?
That's a good question. I do not.
A-U-I-R.
Yeah, it is a weird spelling,
I think it's AUAR. At least that's how Critical Role had it spelled.
and that's I think
Yeah.
what it is.
Okay.
So it's all about like
It's
forgotten
just
cities.
ruins. Okay. Okay.
And you would get the sense
was
that
the-
him doing this for you, it could risk his life in doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I go, Willow, are you insane? Telepathy.
He responds,
Would we see that then?
no,
With him
because it's
trying to respond?
telepathy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's telepathy. He would respond in your head. It is fine. This guild never treated you well anyways. I was listening in on your conversation. They don't
I'm
deserve
like,
you
thank
here."
you, friend. Why do this? Why risk your life like this?
Because I'm not going to be here shortly.
I hope so.
No.
I'm like, I hope so. I hope to see you
No,
again.
I mean,
Oh, for
I'm not going to be here shortly. I'm dying, so there's no reason for me not to do this.
How are you dying? Tell me.
I'm getting there in age. It's just a part of
I'm
my
just
family.
never aware that God, I thought you were immortal.
I wish we all were. This is all in the head, going back and forth.
So, all right.
I'm a lot older
I'm like,
than I look.
What is this, like dog years? How long do you live?
I believe.
Typically, your
70?
species.
What is the race?
What's the? It's
Open.
an open.
90.
90? Yeah.
Spencer,
So he's getting around that.
what's Elfler's name? Guildmaster.
The Grandmaster.
I call him Elfler
Well, I
because he's
tell
Elf
him-
Hitler.
I tell him thank you for mentoring me, and I owe you everything. Thank you.
Much prizes.
So-
I wish I could give you more.
So he was like what, like 85?
Yeah, something.
He's on the edge, so he's like, I have nothing else. If I go earlier, it's fine with me.
He's retiring. Literally.
It's green book down. It's broken.
Okay. Well, I try to say, Keyless, we got to meet up and let's go to the tavern. You can look at these books that I have that Willow offered me. With me, I just want to let's get a drink. Let's go do some.
Sylvian. Because you would know the Guildmaster's name.
What's his name? I don't even
Sylvian.
know. What?
Sylvian.
And then I'll put quotations Elfler next to it.
Dead Elf 1.
Sylvian. Okay. We didn't go that far into the background of this thing. But I did go as far as like shit.
And hence why I made the Guildmaster like that.
Elfler's the dead one.
I almost took the deal, by the way.
You almost took the deal.
Yeah. If it was much more, I would have taken it.
I was considering it, and then I'm like, what the hell? Why would I take this deal? This sucks.
And Natural Piler, maybe for 100,000 gold.
once I started thinking, well, if I hand him over, if we get him a primal source, that's not going to help us. It's
I
going
gotta
to.
come through so I can pee. Sorry.
You're fine.
I'm constantly kicking you out of your
Yes,
shell.
you are.
I
For
should have just sat here.
actually, Curtis, you already know the descriptive of the thing of that laundry, but you managed to get a room. It was just, how comfortable do you want to sleep?
What I can afford, I'd like 5 gold.
5 gold.
Well, I'll just
you
figure
could be very comfortable with
okay.
5 gold.
And if anything, I give you 5 more gold.
Well, thank you. Alright, so we're all sitting around the table eating, and I'm like telling you guys, okay, this is what I've learned. My good friend Willow here just gave me this book.
I would say that we should do this in the room. It's out in the open.
Oh,
Not
I
a good
thought we
idea.
were like, you know, in a tavern, but.
In
like,
tavern, but you're still in open stuff with the
Yeah.
tavern.
Oh,
You'd have to go to
fair
the
enough.
room to be more secure, and I could also get us somewhere. I mean, it would be taxing on me, but I can get us back to the plane of air and
Well,
at our room.
let's rest up here. Let's just go find a room then and talk about all this.
Alright, you're now in the room. Now you can
I
speak.
assume we're all there.
I'm standing out front guarding.
Okay. So you make a perception.
I'm good at those.
Not good at rolling in your thing though.
No, I missed.
Well, I would go ahead and just psychically link with him and just tell him everything that I was hearing. I would definitely be in the room, but more in the shadows than what I've normally been doing.
13.
13. The 13 looking around. You get distracted for a moment, but then you kind of get back to your watch. So in that brief moment, you
Something could've
lost.
happened.
Something could have happened.
Or like a firefly came by.
No, it's the glint of my armor on a rock.
But you guys are now in the room and have the room somewhat to yourselves, possibly. You don't know. There could be someone scrying, might not be. Who knows?
Oh God, I guess we are. All right. Well, if we don't feel comfortable about
You
this,
do see Keyleth cast See Invisibility and take a
So she
Look,
definitely
it's-
sees me then.
sees you.
What's that Eladrin doing in the corner?
Why is he on the ceiling?
Why are you on this?
no mayonnaise, I hope.
It appears that we don't have anybody peeping
All right,
on us
Keyleth.
minus that one. As she points over to exactly where you are.
I am actually in the corner on the ceiling.
Oh, that one.
I might need a
lounge
quick
right
refresher
there.
on what just happened.
In room, I'm standing guard. Keyleth did see invisibility and saw the Eladrin hiding in the corner.
Yeah.
That is all that has happened.
Yeah, they're in the tavern in a room you're about to discuss
Okay.
everything.
I thank Keyleth again, but I'm like, well, if you don't feel safe, secure here, getting this information, then maybe we should go. I don't know.
I mean, as safe as we'll ever be right now, I don't see
Okay.
anybody.
Well-
This lasts, seeing this big lasts 10 minutes, an hour?
Pull over,
I'm not
pull over
sure.
a table,
Certain number of amount of time. And see invisibility.
gather everybody around, and just pull up the map, explain. This is what I learned from that primordial book, and also Willow gave me another book about those ruins, which I thumbed through quickly and tried to find. Hey, those ruins with the monoliths.
Yeah, skimming through it super quickly, it's all about Aeor, ancient lost cities, and possibilities of other things. Make a... I'll do an intelligence for me to see if you can pick up on something.
7. I want to know if I pick up on anything too.
Oh, you're.
You
Or
see
recollect anything.
You don't pick up on anything.
Because I studied it.
So 9 plus
Lots of
5, 14
14. And then your intelligence.
is plus 5.
That's right. Oh, so that was
So it was
with the
14, yeah.
14 total.
I'm assuming there's no other.
Unless it's arcane.
No, he said it straight intelligence.
Yeah. Because
Or the shop.
you're not looking at the primal book, right? You're looking at the other one.
The other one, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you skip through it. Talks about a whole bunch of different like lost cities, possibly. But you
There's
didn't
nothing
catch
is
like
familiar
names or anything.
with that, with the monolith, with the ruins that were over the monolith.
I would say with like your passive insight, you got a glimpse of that, but you just kind of skimmed over that super quickly because of stuff that you already knew.
We'll just have to. I just put that out there for Keyleth or whoever wants to come through, and I just explained like it's been a long day.
I understand, and it's gonna be a little bit longer while we discuss our next
to
steps,
do, yeah.
especially as looks over to Mock with the tier that you possess. We need a safe place to stash that. As you see Mock coming from his chest, this massive, like almost like a dragon-like egg. It's huge of a tear that just comes out of his chest and appears. This is that he told us to get here and wait for the champion, but knowing what's going on, that might not be the best bet. We might need to stash this somewhere else. I purposely kept it hidden from that elf individual because I didn't like him, and we just spoke about it to him, but that's all he needs to know. He didn't even know that we had it.
Oh, and at this point, Relcath will kind of come out from the darkness and just kind of state, odds are he's probably trying to plan to kill us right now. It's something I would do, especially with all the information we have.
That is a possibility. I don't know, but we might not be safe here either.
Even I didn't think that the guild would be this stupid. There's got to be something else with this guy. I don't understand why he's like. I mean,
He could just be an asshole.
no, he could be like in.
I think
Nocturna.
Curtis is onto something. There's got to be something going on.
Because I could.
Maybe Nocturna got to him.
That's
That's what I'm trying to
That's
say.
what I was thinking as well.
Yeah. Knowing that we would come here,
Ex-
knowing that Curtis was a part of that guild, so most likely he would probably go to the Grandmaster.
Probably.
I mean, that is a good assumption, a good theory.
This is so fascinating. No idea where this is going. It's perfect. I must say though, we probably have to start thinking about his clean slate now. If Noctura is after you and we're now babbling to potential Noctura agents, I wouldn't trust anybody in that guild house right now.
No. I don't even trust being in this town, or in the city
I
right now.
have to agree. Keyleth, I'm sorry. It taxed you, but we got to get the hell out of here.
I fully understand. Where would you like to go? Would you like to go to
I'm fine with the elemental or
the
plane of air.
plane of air?
Yeah, that'd be the
Or-
safest place.
I don't know if that would be the
Oh,
safest
yeah,
place.
because Mariel wreaked havoc there.
Yeah, that's been kind of in a disarray right now on that. It's safer than here. I could also get us to Taldorei if you wish to go there.
That's what I was going to suggest, since if we can give ourselves some distance, more time for them to find out where we went.
Yes.
I always wanted to see
How
it.
far is Taldorei?
It's the other side of the world.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on a different continent. This is a new continent for me.
So that sounds like a good idea for now.
Yeah.
That at least addresses the immediate danger.
I guess you do know where those trees are.
Let's think about this real quick too.
So,
We would go to a different continent. We would be safe.
yes, the continent
We
of
would-
Taldorei.
We would
Which
still
city?
have the tier. We would also
There's
still are looking for the shard.
Oh,
Or the
let's
scale.
Scale.
The scale. Which is on this continent.
From what we know, yes.
So if we go farther away, Noctura's on our back right now. She could have the tier and the fang, right?
If she catches us.
Potentially.
Yeah.
But that is another good point that we never considered. Maybe they don't need all three. That is certainly a possibility. I mean, we never considered that. We just know they have one and we have one, and one is unaccounted for.
from our time out of character, we would, the three of us, probably know who is considered the champion law bearer, which would be Rom, correct?
Monk. I mean, Rom.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I did that.
Yeah.
So yes, I would say you would know, because it's not like it's widely hidden who the champion
Yes.
is.
So,
The only one that would be more hidden is the Raven Queen and some other deities.
so I'm going to ask the ones that aren't the three of us, the rest of the party, do you, any of you know where Rom is by chance?
Last thing we heard was that Rom is on his way back from the Frost.
Yeah.
What was it called again?
Frostwatch Outpost?
The Frostwatch Outpost with fellow companions of his. He was dead last time we saw him, but from what we gathered there, his companion grabbed diamonds, so I can only assume that he was resurrected.
Yes, we did, and this is Amelia, now
Yeah.
because she's been here this whole time. Yes, we did manage to revive both of his
Okay,
companions.
so Rom is back. So that was like what, an 11-month trip from there to here, but Aerith kind of cuts that in half.
Him with his party, they managed to make very, very quick work.
Very quick work. So I mean, he could be walking here in the next couple of days.
As
Days we don't have though.
I mean, it's a gamble.
It's a gamble.
we do need to rest. I feel like going to Taldorei, at least recuperating for these ones, would be a great idea. And then we could come back here possibly after a day or so. And maybe not here exactly, maybe on the outskirts, on the possible path that Aerith may take. So we can get and talk with Ron and them and see what we can do with that too.
We could rest. Fuck, even leave a message in Rom's room. But then again, now that I'm thinking about it, they could go
Don't
through.
have a room.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a room.
No, this isn't his line.
Well, we could go to the temple and have them leave a message, but
They're-
can we trust them?
Yeah, we can't trust them yet. But I would assume that he's like the law bearer
Can we trust
or the
them?
champion law bearer, that he would have his own personal area.
That would be a good assumption.
But
But
being
would they trust
that,
us to go into his personal chambers?
well, even then, would we trust someone not going in there and looking around in his chambers?
Exactly.
With this information being passed on to me
Can
from,
the invisible boy and walk in.
Real cat.
thank you, Rokath, I would speak to him and go, I could leave I could leave a rune. That's not a good idea, so I won't do that. All my runes do damage.
It just seems your party's in a quandary. Whether to gamble and hope Brom gets here, or potentially miss him and go to Taldorei. I wouldn't mind the warmer weather.
And do take note, Taldorei is not, sorry, clarification on DM's part, Taldorei is not a city, it is a continent.
Yeah.
So, going back to that, and with us going to Taldorei, I could go to the Kamal, I could go to West Run, I can go to Craghammer. I'm trying to go to the places.
Whitestone?
Whitestone, I could go to Whitestone.
If there's
I wouldn't
any-
mind going to Whitestone, but that's on my own personal.
We heard
What
enough about your
individuals-
personal.
What individuals would you need to be able to talk to rectify this individual? Where would we need to go?
Well, I could go to Whitestone and speak with Vex.
Percy.
And Percy. Vexalia is on the part of kind of the council. Of the top of council, oh my gosh. DM Brainfart. What's the council
Castle
called?
Taldorei.
Is it council?
Yeah,
It's the council of
Yeah.
Taldorei,
Cancel.
she's the coin master.
Yeah.
My comment's inappropriate.
It's just this
We could also go to
What's the name?
Zephyra,
20.
which is the home of the Arashari.
You gotta think of this.
No offense to you, Keyleth, but it seems as though you're under siege. We potentially need to bring in.
So
allies
Zephyra is not in the plane of air. That's my own personal abode that I like to reside in. Zephyra is here on the material plane. It has a gateway to the plane of air, though.
I think we need more political intrigue rather than.
And that's kind of what I was thinking as well.
Okay, I think have we decided that the Earth, that we would be in our best interest to go to the Earth elemental plane?
Earthly seems to be more willing to assist us rather than an invader.
So maybe that's in our best interest. Is there anything that would be our best to get there, but that we could rest
So
up?
I've been to every plane.
Yeah.
That was a part of my our mente. Doing that was
Right.
going to the planes. So I can get us to the fire or the earth plane, the water plane, or the airplane.
Airplane.
Oh, I'm just.
Why don't you stay away
This
from
is. I'm new to your guys'
Stay away from
situation.
Boeing.
I mean,
Like,
I hear
It
this.
seems as though you need allies and potentially the Council of Taldorei will be better fit to defend whatever artifact you guys are trying to hide.
That's possible, but I did read in that book of the primal sources about the City of Jewels. Have you been there?
I have been there once.
Do you think they could provide anything that would help us in that regard?
They are a very. Let me go to my research real quick in the thought book.
The Book of Thought has told me things. Very disturbing things.
Not very bright.
So, the City of Jewels is also known as the Great Dismal Divide. Delve, sorry, D-E-L-V-E.
Possible devil feast.
It was carved into the very existence from the Earth plane, so by a massive primal god. It is currently governed by very powerful Dado individuals, which are more of the Earth beings, I should say. They're ruled with a complex hierarchy, with the Dao being on top. So I mean, they can help. I just don't know what we could get from them.
I guess what I was trying to think of is, like, if we need to confront that guardian spirit, the fire spirit, potentially, or, you know,
Having them know would benefit, yes.
Yeah, and so I'm wondering if we should go, if that's a place we could go to, if that would be our best bet, but rest up someplace first, like Taldorei, then go to the City of Gems.
Which I do know of an individual in the City of Gems that we
City
can
of
speak
Gems.
with.
I'm just thinking
I
of
do-
the possibility, but
I do have another question. You're saying you can get all of us hit there, or are we looking for a teleportation circle?
I can easily get us to a teleportation circle. There's how many of us here? So yeah, there's more than 8 here. So I can get 8 people at a time for teleportation. It'll take me 2 attempts because I'll have to jump back and forth.
Correct. That's kind of my worry here, is if you do go off the tracks on that, potentially half the party might be left here to deal with the situation, which I'm fine with our party potentially seeing the end of this, but I just want to make sure we're all able to go, or half of us are going.
Yeah, I can get us all there.
All right.
It will tax me, and then we'll have the rest before we
So
can go to the next.
We'd be going to
area.
Amon, right? Where the Council of Taldorei is.
Yes.
Right? That's what I was.
I'm on.
I wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
And that was where we go to rest up and then potentially go.
There's mine.
I know, but I'm saying like there's for the thing I'm thinking of. There's one,
Spencer,
two,
I would like to
three,
add
four
that
from
I
us,
keep
and then 3 from
to
you.
Keyleth and anybody else who might
Oh
be
yeah,
interested.
Keyleth and Amelia.
That there is this voice that keeps sounding. It happened with Lucius. I mean, that had to do with Lucius or something to that effect, where this voice would say, "Where am I? Why am I here? I need to be somewhere very dark." And it happened also when I was.
You're talking
reaching-
That was
ignorance.
Drayden.
That was straight.
Was it Drayden?
Straight.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's like,
sorry.
who's Lucius?
Yeah.
It's like, did he confuse Arceus?
No, I meant Arceus, but I was
Oh.
trying to. I meant Arceus. I thought it was Lucius. Sorry.
Yeah, I forgot Arceus' name. He Arceus didn't mean anything to him.
I know.
What the hell?
I only spent, months developing the characters.
That's
Let's say this.
Do you want this one?
There's
Yeah, but
9 of us here, so she's gonna have to make 2 trips. How about I stay and you 8 go? And then I will come back. Or I will meet up with you when she comes back and we rest.
Yeah, she can't teleport all of you at once. There's too many.
There's a really big risk, though.
There
if
is
you
a-
stay.
There is a big risk, but I can.
I appreciate the mocks, but you don't seem to be quite healthy enough to defend yourself if it did come to that.
I think
True.
we could probably go with somebody who could hide. No offense, but yeah, it's just.
It's
Personally,
true, but if Rom and them are on their way, then I can let Rom know. Then it would just be me talking to him and not a note passed to him. And plus, I can give something back to Aerith.
Good question. Can you use the spell message?
Yeah.
Can't he just message Aerith and let him know?
I would have to see him.
120 feet. You don't have to see the message.
Oh, you don't have to
Yeah,
see
you
him?
just need to know
Just
which
the direction.
direction.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I would have to know which direction.
120 feet.
Yeah.
What's the other spell?
Sending.
Sending.
I don't know something.
I understand.
But he doesn't have spell slots.
I have no spell slots. I got.
You have 2
And I don't have
second level
sending
spell
either.
slots. That's all I know.
What level? Because yeah, I know you wrote a note on what he had left. Because I will tell you this: if he doesn't have a 3rd level spell, he won't be able to do it.
He had Arcane Recovery to 2 4th level spells, but we used one of them. So there should be one left.
1 arcane recovery,
1 4th level spell.
1 4th. So you can do sending with a 4th.
Well, I guess I can take that chance.
Just make sure to keep it 25 words. Because that's all you get with sending.
What am I sending to? I don't know.
Aerith.
You're sending to Aerith, letting him know that we have something that Rom needs, and that the place we're planning on going to, and that
I would just go ahead and
Cryptic.
state, sending key item to Taldorei. Meet us when you get that.
Okay.
I would also say the city's under
Not trustworthy.
not trustworthy.
Yeah. That's below 25 words, and it should convey the feeling. Because there's no point in us.
You don't have I'm about to end it.
Okay.
So you guys teleport.
Okay.
To tell to
If you guys teleport. I should clarify.
Taldorei.
I think we have it. All in favor of teleporting, raise your hand.
Yeah, but
Oh,
she
no?
still can't do all of it.
True.
She can do multiple trips.
Yeah,
She can do multiple trips.
and get all of
It
you.
would just say
Yeah.
Rom needs.
It'll
Does
just
she
be out of the way to
actually
work.
have to go through the circle though?
2.
What?
Well, the teleportation is it's on a circle. She's not doing a circle, so she has to hold
but I don't
all of
wanna
you
see
guys
that.
to then teleport.
Oh, okay. I just didn't
Yeah.
know if she was able to just
If it
create,
was a
send us,
circle-
and then she could send herself.
Yeah, if it was a circle, then she could absolutely send it and then send you all. The tree, technically, she can do that with a tree, but you guys will have to go to a tree to do the travel the path with the tree.
Oh, we
But she can do.
Where's the
she's
nearest
already
tree?
done it once.
Rome needs something,
Where's the
send
nearest
key
tree?
item to Taldorei, what else?
City is untrustworthy.
City is
untrustworthy,
untrue,
okay.
So to clarify, because I think it is Vasselheim, which is the main big city. That would be where the Taldorei.
And just give the name Vasselheim. That way they know what city we went to.
Where's it among?
Well, are we going to, we want to,
That's what I thought we were doing.
yeah, are we going to
I'm
Amon?
trying to.
He said it was.
I'm looking. It's either Vasselheim or Amon. That is like the main city.
That's
We're basically sending. We're going to the main city.
The
We
main
just
city.
can't remember which one is
Yeah.
the main city.
So
Keyleth would know which one it is. So
Capital
Exactly,
of
but me,
Taldorei is,
Spencer, me doesn't remember.
yeah, but Keely's got, so we're good.
Yeah, so whatever she
the
did
capital
enter
of
the name.
Taldorei is the other priestly city, or the second one, not Amon, but
Yeah,
it's fine. We understand what city it is. We'll just state that.
that city, whatever that
Above
city
table,
is.
I'm basically just trying to get it to where instead of us having everybody kind of moving around trying to get to each other, we go
We're
one
in
place, they go that place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we know. We're good there.
So you can just, in your 25 words, just leave that part blank. Like
Boom.
inner city name here.
Don't count those words.
Yeah. It's just the one city
Okay.
name word.
Aerith, Rom needs something, sending key item to Taldorei, city is untrustworthy. Blank, city is.
Yeah.
Wait, city.
You're going to.
Yeah, you should
It's-
say that it's
city
this
is
city
untrustworthy.
that we are at.
We're heading to blank.
Well,
So,
okay, I
along-
need to know where we're going.
We are going to a city, we don't remember the name, but we are going to the main
does.
city.
Yeah, okay, that does. So
It
yeah.
does.
It's fine. It fits. It fits. It fits.
What the fuck?
So
Okay.
So,
in your wording, just do basically inner city name here, and that's the city that we're going to be going to. It's just none of us remember what the name of the city is,
Yes.
which is the correct city.
But we don't want to tell them that we're going to a city
That
and then
you're
that
not
city
going
is.
to.
We don't want to tell them where we're going, okay.
Well, that and in that in what you were writing, it sounds like where the city we're going to is the one that is untrustworthy.
yeah. We're going to the questionably trustworthy city.
Yes. Yeah, that sounds better.
Okay, so I basically say, Rom needs something, sending we don't know where we're going, and the city is untrustworthy. Huh?
The city we are at is untrustworthy. We are
City we
going
are
to
at, right.
city redacted.
Okay.
Redacted. It's a good city. It's a strong city.
I think
Going-
Anexia took hold of it.
We're going to a city that Keyleth knows where we're at.
Drusar. It's the city of Drusar. That's
Okay.
Drusar.
Okay. So, have item for Rom. Laundry is untrustworthy. Meet us at
Just so.
Bazaar. That's
It's the region in Marquette. Marquette.
In Marquette.
Marquette. It's positioned atop a massive, long dead giant body. That thing behind. Campaign 1.
What part of the body?
It's the whole body. The city is in the whole
I was
body.
gonna say the ass.
so definitely in the ass.
It's
And the gut. And the butt.
We're going exploring, boys.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do the teleportation.
Yes.
Okay. I would time it to where the teleportation is going to be able to go through, and I'm going to do clairvoyance into the room of the guildmaster.
Okay, and remind me what that does.
You create an invisible sensor within the range of the location because it's up to a mile. A place you've visited or seen before, an obvious location that is unfamiliar to you, such as behind a door, blah, 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 intangible, remains to be placed for a duration. When you cast a spell, choose seeing or hearing, and use that chosen sense through the sensor as if you were in that space. As a bonus action, you can switch between seeing and hearing. So essentially, I'm casting something to hear what he's trying to say.
Have a good one, everyone. I have to head out.
Good night.
Take it easy.
Deuces.
And like I said, I'm planning to do this. Like, I only got 10 minutes of it, so that I can teleport out before he can actually come get me.
Okay. So you guys teleport over there, and as you cast the spell, it has no effect.
Okay.
I'm still outside the door.
Yeah.
Y'all just left me.
No, we would have fetched you. I'm talking to you.
Yeah, he did say he hadn't
I
had a
know.
link to you, but so.
Hey, come on, bud.
And they have to pick, come back and then teleport again. But with that, that's where we're gonna end tonight's session. You
Okay,
guys
so
can
he
then
sent,
do a long rest.
so he sent that letter, or
Yeah,
Send the message.
sent the message?
Ascending.
descending.
Send.
And I got that because yeah, I remember you saying that I had no spell slots, but I did have arcane
Yeah, recovery.
recovery. Okay,
You had still had at least one level or fourth level spell
Yeah, or something like
okay,
that.
that works.
and one second level spell.
Yeah, but the second one meant
Yeah.
nothing because it's sending as a third level.
And once we got to the other side, I would mention, oh, seems that he has a magical barrier around the guild house.
From prying eyes. And that's why I had no effect. It's like you went to a mage tower. I mean, what did you expect?
He wasn't using prying eyes, he was using ears.
Well, I had that.